back in the day.
Yeah.
Since you guys, oh look, 2-1. I just want to double check, make sure we are live, but we're probably live, right?
Yeah, I think
So
so.
let's
What is
do
up,
it.
guys?
We're live, everybody. Really quick, this Talkin Motorbike episode. This is a little bit different. I have another podcast group on. I have the dudes from Pin the Gas. I've got Kris. Apparently, he's the show. And then I've got the McDonald's eating scumbag Jewlz.
We
What's
love
up,
it out here.
fellas?
We love
What's
it out here.
happening?
We are recovering from sunburn. I don't know about Chris, but I got burnt pretty bad this weekend.
Yeah, I did too, man.
So you're seriously eating McDonald's. That's great. You guys just wrapped up hanging out for several days in the Keep It Weird capital,
That's right.
Austin, Texas, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yep.
MotoGP, all that.
All that.
So
hmm
we'll get into that in a second. But tell me a little bit about what you guys got going on. You guys do this podcast. It's you guys. It's you two, and then you guys have guests. Or originally there was another guy, right? Like Andy, right? Or
Yes.
am I
So,
crazy?
No, no.
so how it started, and I'm gonna let Chris take off after me, but it started with the idea after COTA of last year, right? I was like, man, like I don't really hear. Again, I didn't have a lot of knowledge on the game, so I was like, I don't really hear any Americans talking about this. So I was like, let me do the let me be the bridge that gaps the casuals, the people that watch basketball, football, hockey, whatever. Let's
Yeah.
bridge that gap to people that can get on this sport. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to make it popular to them. And originally I was going to do it by myself. There was another marshal I worked with him. His name is Andy Rowe, and shout out to Andy Rowe. I'll give him his merits because he helped me. He helped me the first few episodes, and he was very passionate about it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we had some creative differences, so he decided to go his own route, which I understand. But Chris actually came on episode 3 as a guest,
Oh
and I
wow.
figured Chris's knowledge on the game was just next level. You know, the whole effing show Simcoe. I was like, yo, your knowledge on the game is insane. My knowledge of the game is very minimal, but I feel like for Chris, I can help bring like an outside sort of perception that you guys probably have never heard before, whether you agree with it or not. So I was like, Chris, you want to do this full time? And then Andy, without knowing it, kind of gave him the name the show.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, yo, let's call him the show. Right now, well, for now, it's the whole effing show now because that's literally what he is. I mean, look at what Chris is doing, man. Just sporting
Dude,
the pin the gas shirt everywhere.
he's like greeting everybody on your
Yeah,
guys' Facebook group. He's doing
Chris.
like little Facebook lives all the time. Like that dude
Yeah,
is you put in some work, bro. Like that's
Appreciate it.
yeah.
bro. He's
Nothing but
literally like
love for the sport.
And
like pin the
you
gas.
guys are totally different. Like your Jules' vibe is you're pretty green in the sport, if I'm
Mhm,
not mistaken, right?
mhm,
Plus, you
mhm.
ride a Suzuki, so I mean everybody knows those things are trash,
Screw
right?
you.
Um,
Screw you.
and then Simcoe, like you've been around the sport for quite a bit longer, right? You have more
Yeah.
of an
Yeah.
understanding of, so you guys have this like unique little, I guess you could say, almost like a conflict that works. Like
Yeah.
it's you guys have a good vibe. I had fun on your show. Like I don't know. I guess there was audio issues or whatever, but
Yeah,
No worries.
Riverside screwing us up.
We're gonna have you
yeah,
back on, so no worries. We'll do a part 2.
Yeah.
yeah. So um, I had a good time talking to you guys, and my wife was like, "Man, that one dude says mega all the time,"
Yo,
and
yo,
and then
Chris.
Jules says something's trash, or you say fire all the time.
Yeah, trash, fire, or hey yo.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
yo. Yeah,
yeah. So like,
exactly.
so New York is very synonymous with Ayo. Like when you hear something that remotely sus, we go like, hey yo. So like it happened when I forgot who's. Oh, it was Chris Tulloch's episode
Okay.
where Andy was asking Chris like, so like where do you sleep? Like, do you sleep with the riders? Like, sleep with the riders. Hey yo, what? Like I
Okay.
made that a thing. So anytime someone else says like something like remotely suspicious, like, oh, there you go. And I'm also not afraid of calling people trash. Like, still, I think till this day, Taka Nakagami's trash, but we could talk about that later on the later segment.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so you guys went and hung out, watched all the races. We'll talk about the races in a minute, but let's talk about Austin for a minute. Austin, they have this whole thing about like keeping it weird and stuff. What'd you guys think? What was the weirdest thing you guys saw in Austin?
This man dressed up in a full leather suit with a Hello Kitty backpack with pink boots on and bunny ears, walking around, and everything was painted. And I was like, yeah, this is definitely. And like we said earlier, a couple drug addicts walking scorpion.
Walking Scorpion.
Walking scorpion. That's talent, right?
I, I gotta ask what the fuck that is.
You know, scorpion. When you wreck and you bent all the way backwards like this.
Shut up! Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
that's
some
great.
crazy shit out there. Yeah, it's crazy.
There's a lot of yoga classes.
How about you? How about you, Jules? What was the weirdest thing you saw in COTA? In Austin, Texas, really?
Someone with a Texas beard. Like someone had their white beard spray painted the Texas flag,
That's
and
awesome.
I could not catch that on video because I was working trackside, so we weren't allowed to whip out our phones. But it was literally the craziest thing. I was like, "How much did you pay for that? Did you do it yourself?" Like I had so many questions that I could not ask.
Yeah. Yeah, and when we were there, I was there with my buddies in 2019, and the weirdest thing I saw was a dude at a like a 7-Eleven or something,
Mhm.
and he was wearing like a cut off jorts and a fishnet tank top and
Nice.
a cowboy hat, and on top of his cowboy hat was like a chicken,
Dude.
a live chicken,
Nice.
and he's like walking down the street with a chicken on his head. I was like, wow, dude. And then obviously the homeless dudes shooting up was kind of weird.
The homeless
Yeah.
people. Real quick. So speaking of cowboy hats, just as a quick segment, yo, I inquired. I went to an actual store in Austin where they actually perm press the cowboy hats in front of you. Guess how much those hats cost? Like a real
Like a good one's probably pretty expensive.
$500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, shit,
500.
Yeah.
And when he told me that, I was like,
Ooh, I'm out.
yeah, there
You're
you
like,
go.
where's the cheap ones at? Give me
Yeah,
one that's like
right.
30 and I'm in. Right.
Where's the plastic ones, yo?
Right.
That's awesome.
It's
Yeah,
really
they have
dope.
like weird. We have a guy that was part of our TrackDaz crew for years, and his name's Cowboy. And this dude, like I guess back in the day, was like a rodeo guy, and he got injured on the street, and so like my buddies and we all got together and got cowboy hats, and I got some cowboy hat. It was like cheap for that, but it was still like $80. I was like, that was the cheap one.
Damn.
It's the material, man.
Yeah,
The material
dude.
that they
It's like
use,
the
yo.
straw count or so. It's a straw hat, but it's like, I don't know. There's something about the count of the straw. I don't know. I don't know the
The
science on
count
it.
of the
Yeah, I
straw.
don't either.
Yeah, they're like,
The,
oh, you got the 500 count or whatever.
the certain crop the straw derives
Like
from.
bed sheets
Yeah.
and shit. You got 1,000 count.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah,
bed
right?
sheets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the cowboy hat is that's something that's like really people are into that too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little too much.
Okay,
Yeah,
so-
but I mean,
isn't that strange though that the city is known and proud of itself for being weird? Like
Yes,
that's kind of
yes.
interesting, right?
I love Austin. It's such a cool place.
Music capital of the world, right?
Yeah.
That's what they say.
Or is that Nashville?
That's
I was
Nashville.
thinking it was Nashville,
Yeah,
right?
that's
But like,
Nashville,
it could be Austin.
Yeah, Austin says it too. I think they might have a little conflict there.
Yeah, I don't
Dustin,
know.
have you
They
ever
might.
have you ever been?
To Austin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there in 2019.
Yeah.
Remember the chicken with the head thing?
Oh yeah.
The homeless dudes shooting up. Come on, bro. Like, it
Oh
was
yeah.
a program.
I don't know.
Right?
Wow, I was picturing California. My bad.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
dude.
go to Cali so bad, man. I want to do a track days at track days.
You should, dude. You should.
Yeah,
We do it all the time. This is really crazy. I'll talk about it right now. Like we just, I had a conversation with Laguna Seca today,
Nice.
and we have an event there in July, like after Arma. It's like on a Tuesday or something. So I guess there's like, I think there's like a motorcycle dealership or an Aprilia dealership or something that's hosting a day on Monday after Arma. I got the Tuesday, and I just talked to them today. Bumped up the sound from 90 dB to 103. So
Nice.
we can party a little bit.
Nice. Yes, you
You know,
can.
you bring loud noise making things.
That's right. Yep,
right?
like at Magello, right?
I don't know about all that, but
Oh.
I've never been to Magello, bro.
Yeah, me neither. I want to,
That's
but I
the
see it on
goal.
TV. Yeah, it's the goal,
Yeah.
right?
That's the goal.
Yeah.
Actually, I
Get
want to go
all
to Isle of
expenses.
Man TT. That's where I want to go.
No, the thing is that you guys may not know, Laguna Seca has noise restrictions. So
Yeah.
depending on the day that you get, typically, mind you, it costs a lot of like 10 G's to raise the dB level, right? So from 90 decibels, dude, they will throw you out. Like you go past the sound meter coming out at turn 5, and you're going up the hill, right?
Right.
And the little sound meter station is
They got sound meters,
is
bro.
rider's right as you're accelerating up the hill before the bridge. And
Yo, that's crazy.
our day was originally 90, so we just teach everybody how to be quiet in that one area, and then you're good to go. But a lot of people still violate, man, and they get meatball flagged, and and then their session is over, and then it's like 3 strikes and you're out, dude. So you spend the money to go there and get thrown out. Like we've had a few people thrown out like after the first session.
Why is that though? Why is there like a decibel limit?
Because
Is there
it's
like
California, man. Like it's
because California?
It's
Is there like a
county
neighborhood surrounding?
owned. It's county owned, and
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know the exact stuff about it, but rich people buy homes and build homes right next to a racetrack that's been there for 50 years, and then complain
there.
about the racetrack's noise. Right.
That's wild.
BS.
Yeah, so we're loud as we want to everywhere
That's
else
right.
but that one area, but 103 dB is pretty good. So
Yeah. That is. That's pretty loud.
yeah,
Absolutely.
you guys should come out, man. It'll be a good time.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm sure
Sounds
Chris
good.
will bring his trash Ducati or whatever his clunker thing is, right?
My
And
little
you got your
His
pile,
Zixer.
Slozuki or whatever, right?
That's awesome.
Man, yo,
Yeah.
just wait till I get good at this shit. I swear to
Okay.
God.
Yeah, I hear you.
Keep drinking milk, buddy.
Right. But man,
He's so
dude, listen. It was awesome to meet
Yeah.
Jewlz for the first time at
Yeah?
COTA. Yeah,
Oh,
this is
no
the first
shit. So
time.
that
Yeah,
you guys
yeah,
have been
yeah.
podcasting for a fucking year, and
Yeah, I
this is the
never
first time
even
you
met
guys
in
met?
person.
Never met each other.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
That's so
Nah.
weird.
Yo, so,
Ain't it though?
so what was crazy was I just finished doing a test ride at Aprilia, and then I was walking by, and then I see a Pin the Gas shirt, and I was like, "Yo, there's Chris!" And so I walk into him, I was like, "Excuse me, sir, are you Chris the Show Simcoe from Pin the Gas podcast?" And he was like, "Why? Yes, I." Jewlz, I was like, "Yo, it's so cool, man." And like it was just vibes from the jump.
Yeah.
Chris was out here spending $200,000 on KTM merch.
That was nuts, man.
So you're an Orange fan now too? What? I mean,
Listen,
is
no,
Ducati gonna
listen.
be mad that you're cheating on them with KTM shit? Like,
Listen. I love Ducati, right? I love all motorcycles. I'm just a fan, right? But my true bike is Ducati. I mean, dude, look at them. They're fucking beautiful, magnificent. They're just, oh my God, there's just something about them that just makes this right here do something that no other bikes do, right? But yes, I like Aprilia. I like KTM. I'm a fan of Brad Binder. I'm a fan of Jack Miller. I'm a fan of Enea Bassanini, right? I'm ever since Rossi retired.
you're
it's
just a
hard for me-
mega fan. That's why you
Dude,
say mega.
Exactly. I'm just a mega fan.
Chris is just a MotoGP
that is
slut,
it.
bro.
I'm a mega fan.
Right on.
He's a slut for the sport.
Yeah.
Dude, I am too, man, but in a
am
different way.
Straight up.
Yeah, you guys can't stay faithful to one team.
Well,
Because
I'm a Yamaha guy, right? Like I'm sponsored by Yamaha. Like my
Yeah.
program bleeds Yamaha.
Yeah.
I'm involved in the
Okay.
Attack Yamaha program,
That's
right.
right.
So
Yeah.
I don't ride
I
nothing
like
but Yamahas.
Yamahas.
Man.
Ain't nothing wrong with them. I like Yamahas
Yeah.
too. They're great bikes.
What'd you say?
They are.
He said they
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're great bikes, man. Yamaha, man. Hey, Yamaha. their
Well, not in
R6
MotoGP,
platform-
right?
No.
Holy
well,
shit.
GP,
You
yeah.
know,
Dude.
look, and Quattararo's been just
Quattararo's riding his fucking
sucking.
balls off and getting passed down the straightaway like he's on a 600.
And Franco Morbidelli's pretty much beating him every race but at COTA this whole year.
So that begs the question: if it weren't for Jack Miller spilling, would Quattararo get that podium?
No.
Oh, we're gonna do the
Absolutely
Mighty Mouse
not.
versus Hulk argument? Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, that was a crazy race.
Dude, there's
Pecco-
a lot of weird crashes last weekend, right? I mean, let's
It
get
was-
into it, right? Let's talk
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it. So like one thing I noticed right off the bat, like the warm up lap, a dude in Moto 3 and a dude in Moto 2 just wiped out on the warm up lap. Like how is that? Like when does that happen?
I know, right? It's rare that it happens. It was crazy when I seen it on teleprompter. I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think?
I think the bumps are getting ridiculous. The from what I noticed, it seems like everybody on the warm up lap is still trying to race each other low key. And then like when you're watching, because I was working trackside, right? So when I'm watching these guys pass by, it doesn't look like they're just kind of like warming up their tires. It seems like they're going balls out on warm up, and that's when we get those calls from.
This is shit new guys say. Like they're
No,
the whole point of the warm up lap is to build heat and
Heat in the tires, yeah.
and grip into the tires, right? So like,
Yeah.
they're pushing hard, and then they're basically using the brakes and stuff really hard to like build that heat in their tires. So
That's right.
I don't
understand
know.
that.
I don't think they're trying to race on the warm up lap, bro. But
Nah, a couple of them look like it. I mean, like I get it, but it's just like I feel like
Yeah.
COTA is a track where you need to be extremely fucking careful because that track is not in great condition, like at all. So it's like,
yeah, I mean,
I'd rather
on
save-
TV it looks cool, but like,
yeah, on TV it looks cool.
I mean, it looks all right. It doesn't. It didn't look as bad as last year with the chatter,
No.
But they race cars on it a lot, right?
do.
So, I mean, running
It's
out
hard.
here on these public tracks that we run on out here, like the cars tear up the track, man. Like,
Yeah, they do.
they have contact patches, like this wide or whatever, and you know,
And two of them
and
with
massive
that.
grip and downforce and all that,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
add heat to that too.
It adds
And
ripples
also
in the
the
tarmac, right, because they break
yeah,
so
the
much
water.
harder than a bike can,
Right.
and so much
Yeah.
deeper. It's
Yeah.
insane. That's why cars are faster on a racetrack than a motorcycle.
But it was the same for everybody, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
everybody out
absolutely.
there had to face the same obstacle of the bumpiness or whatever.
I think
And they
the
were all
warm-up-
going. I mean, these guys are all lunatics. Like what Moto 3
Yeah,
was
they're
what
lunatics.
15 dudes like within a second or
Just-
something.
Yeah, dude, I love Moto 3, right? Who don't?
Yeah.
But
Like Moto
think-
3, honestly, Moto 3 was awesome. Was the best until you watch Moto 2.
yeah, but hey, baby Jeebus, boy, I'm telling you right now, he's coming for
Yeah,
sure.
dude.
That's my man. But I think the warm-up crashes had to be obviously maybe the tires were still a little bit too cold, but it was kind of breezy,
Yeah.
and wind would actually really pick up and on certain part of the tracks. And I think that could have been maybe a little attribute to maybe it's when you're out there pushing that little bit of wind gust, even if you're not prepared for it, it could cause you.
I mean, it looked like a couple of them got sucked into the corner at the end of the long straight, the back straight.
That gets everybody.
A bunch of people got sucked into that thing.
Well, I imagine you coming down the back straight one lap, and then you have headwinds, and the next lap you have tailwind, right? So yeah,
Right.
the braking marker's different, right?
So
If you hit 'em at the
was it
same-
super windy for you guys as fans out there?
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes.
Really?
Yes, it was.
Mhm.
And the wind punched harder in certain sides of the track.
Yeah.
I think I worked turn 7 on Saturday, and the wind was just insane on turn 7. That's why we had so many freaking crashes over there. Had Martin crash at the corner, but I'll save that story for another segment.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about Moto 3, right? So how about dude that like nearly high sides himself, right? Dude high sides himself. He's like in 20 something on the first lap.
Ortella.
Is that yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Ortola.
Ortola, yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
They're like Ortola, right? I was like, fuck yeah, bro. And like, dude, next thing you know, like 5 laps to go, he's in 8th, right? And then 6th. Next thing you know, he's in the podium spot, and we're like,
It's
right
like-
on, bro.
Yep.
And then a couple
He
laps to
wins.
go, the 2 guys in front of him crashed each other out, basically, right? Like,
Yeah.
whoa,
Yes.
man. So like to nearly high side on the first lap, and then run everybody down and win the thing in the end. I mean, that's legend stuff right there.
That is legend stuff. I was happy. It was, and to be there to see it was another thing. Because I was hanging out on turn 1 with Dave Neal,
Okay.
He's
Shout
a
out
mate of
Dave.
ours. Shout out Dave. He has his own podcast called Off Track over there in Europe. So big shout out to them. And he come over here to
It's
America. We hung
cross-promotion.
out. Yeah. And so we was there the whole time watching, and it was amazing. And we were also rooting for Scott Ogden. Shout out to him. He ended up in 14th. He's another up and coming guy in Moto3.
Right on. Yeah, I was
So, yeah.
noticing. I'm involved in Mithos Leathers,
Mm-hmm.
and I noticed there was a couple of Mithos dudes that were up front too, man.
Yeah.
It's like, all right,
Looking good, right? Looking
yeah,
good.
the KYT
Yeah.
helmets too, right?
Yeah, right.
Everybody's rocking the KYT helmets. It seems like.
Everybody is. Yeah, KYT's coming up big time. Yeah, they are. They're blowing
Yeah,
up. And
yeah.
they're a great helmet. Bang for the buck. I mean, I don't have a KYT personally.
I've got a few of them.
I need to get into one.
Dude,
I was considering it.
They're super lightweight and like huge eye port and all that. But yeah, so it looked like Sasaki had the thing forever. The dude led the thing forever,
It's
and
the
he just
same
like
story.
fucked up at the end, right?
Yeah, man. I
And
get it, man.
damn near took out what's his name, Jamie Masia or whatever.
Masia, yeah.
Yeah. But that dude didn't get crashed out. He just like fell back a little bit, But like he could have easily been wiped out.
Wiped him out. Pulled him
Yeah.
up Marquez, right?
Yeah. And you know what? Really quick, let's just shift gears real quick. Nobody misses Marc Marquez, right?
Nope.
All right,
No.
whatever, you guys.
He said,
Whatever.
whatever, you guys. I'm
Whatever.
out. He's
I
like,
mean,
I'm out of McDonald's.
Like it just seems better when that dude's not there.
It's
You
a
know,
hell of a lot
I mean,
safer.
it was just would have been one more crash, right? Like,
Yeah.
I had him winning, yo. I had Marc Marquez winning if he was here.
Look, man, I don't hate Marc Marquez. I think he's obviously, come on, man, he's a super fucking huge talent, right? I mean,
Yeah.
7 world titles.
Yeah.
I mean, but
It
I
just
just think
seems
after
like
all
the
these
dude-
injuries, it's like
the dude comes out and he's like, he plays follow the leader so he can get up to pace. And then he gets going. He'll use that pace against the person he follows. And if he can beat them, he will. And if he can't, he just wipes them out. That's what. I don't know. That dude fucks around and finds out like every race that
he
he's
does,
in.
man.
Like,
And the game's changed since he hurt himself. Like the way he rides and the way he
Yeah.
stalks people. It's definitely different, man. So.
well, I mean, effectively, the dude's taken like 4 years off, right?
Yeah, basically.
Like
So-
the dude.
Oh no, I was about to piggyback off of that. I was gonna ask how bad are those Honda bikes then with Rins pulling that shit to the wind, but I kind of jumped the gun ahead. You guys are still talking about, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, look, I think everybody was shocked that Renz had the pace that he did, right?
Boy, Rins, bro.
Yeah.
Dude,
Well, I
because
mean,
and what's crazy as I was like arguing with the announcer, because the announcer was like, "Oh yeah, everybody thought how smooth." When you think of Renz riding, you think about how smooth he is. I'm like, bullshit. I think about how that dude wadded up Suzuki's like it was his job,
He's not smooth. No,
right?
No. And, it just begs the question, man. And I always said this, too. Like, why did HRC take Mir over Rins? They should have took Rins. To me, Rins is...
Well, one of them's a world champion, and the other one has a reputation for wadding up motorbikes like it's his job.
I get it, but
man.
look what Rins
I
is
mean,
doing on a Honda. Look what...
world
Mir's
champion?
doing, right?
Bike smasher.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Hey,
just
man.
look at Mir. He's smashing them up, too.
Oh, I know.
So... Yeah,
I'm a
he
Rins
might be
fan.
world champ, but he's still smashing them up, scrambling them eggs.
Dude, I am too, man. I mean, honestly, dude, I'm a fan of even Elise Espargaro, right?
Me too,
like that
right?
dude
Yeah,
is.
absolutely.
Yeah, we all
I
love
like
the
that
cat.
dude's. That dude gets all heated and like he's got that like
Emotional.
Spanish fire,
Yeah,
he
he
comes
does.
off and he's
Yeah.
like motherfucker.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
I
I
like it.
love that,
Like-
right?
He's
That
MotoGP
passion, yeah,
Karen,
yeah.
bro. Like he'll complain about everything
He's
and anything.
MotoGP Karen.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's good. That's
He just
good.
complains about
MotoGP
anything,
Karen.
everything, bro. Like
you're on point with that, dude.
That should be a T-shirt. Espargo MotoGP's
just
Karen.
the Spargo going, and it's like
Wow,
Karen.
the Karen
you
of
know what I mean?
MotoGP. Wow.
Dude, that's epic. You heard it first.
I might have to send that to my shirt lady.
Yeah. Hey, we get one.
10%.
Of
We get
course.
one of those shirts for sure.
10%.
But yeah,
Get
man,
the fuck
it
out
was,
of here with
yeah,
that.
nah.
10% of nothing is nothing, bro.
I just want the shirt.
But boys,
Yeah.
I don't care.
boys, especially Chris, I've never seen so much Aprilia merch in one area. Like there were so much Aprilia fans.
Yeah.
Like holy crud! Like within the last 2 years, like everyone used to walk around with like Rossi stuff, Yamaha stuff, blah blah blah, Honda stuff. But
Yeah.
there was like an influx of Aprilia fans everywhere, and I felt like I was gonna get jumped for not
yeah.
wearing Aprilia merch.
No
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. There was a bunch of them out
That's
there.
quite the contrast. World Superbike was not like that at all, man. Like the merch tent at World Superbike was weak sauce.
Really,
Yeah, it was like
really.
they had like basically one main tent that had some Yamaha stuff that looks like it came out of the GYTR catalog.
Right.
And then like the Kawasaki and Ducati had most of the merch, and it like they were selling stuff that looked like their crew stuff, their Aruba, whatever.
Right.
And but yeah, MotoGP, that's a whole nother thing, man. Like,
Yeah, they're.
but I think maybe in the U.S., do you guys think that that the Aprilia, fandom has been contributed to from like the availability of like the 660?
Yeah, absolutely, right? Because
Yeah,
they're making a sports bike
100%.
that's affordable and it's fast, right? I mean, out the box, and it's trick. I mean, look at it. It's
Yeah,
a
I mean
sexy motorcycle.
it
right?
does they have a lot of issues, right?
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
like
So did the
most of the
KTM
people I know that got
RC390.
them to race.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah, like, don't even talk about the head gasket.
Yeah,
on
right.
390,
Right.
But on the 660s, man, like a lot of racers had trouble with those things, and I know a guy that like he didn't even make the first round of racing because he couldn't get the thing running, and I'm like, bro, you just bought it. What do you mean? I'm like, I got this Yamaha. I just put gas in it, dude. Like,
Right,
what?
and
Right?
turn the key and hit the button and wop. Yep.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of like
So-
debacle with like the older bikes where the gas tank would expand. I was like, the gas tank expands? That's not good.
They're like, oh, like Honda a long time ago like, on their 600 had a vapor lock thing on the gas tank, and like your bike would
What
stop running.
the?
Yeah,
I didn't do that.
super weird.
Okay.
Like I saw actually some people their gas tank would cave in on itself,
It's crazy.
So fun
Yeah.
times. But
yeah,
yeah,
good
I mean,
time, right?
Dude.
like every manufacturer goes through stuff,
Struggles,
But
yeah.
I mean, man, when you're dealing with that kind of stuff, it's like something breaks, and then it's like, oh yeah, we got to have them make a fix for it first before we can fix it. Like,
Yeah,
what?
you're like, what? I'm left
So-
stranded now, right?
It's-
And $16,000 in the hole.
Right. And they do have some weird stuff. There's no suspension linkage on those things. I think the shock
Mhm.
is like mounted straight onto the swing arm.
Huh.
So that's a
Yeah.
little strange.
Yeah, that is
I had
strange.
test rode the
So how would
the
you-
RSV4 for the first time, and I thought that was probably the scariest bike, but the most fun bike I've ever ridden. Like it was insane, and it started raining too. So the guy
When,
who was,
when was
this was Friday.
Oh,
Friday
okay.
at
Oh, it
COTA.
rained on Friday.
It rained on Friday
Okay,
a little bit, yeah. So the guy who was headlining the ride, right? He was looking at me and like 6 other guys, and he's like, "All right, we're gonna have a spirited ride today." And I was like, "Oh, a spirited ride?" And he's like, "You're the one with the RSV4, right?" And he pointed at me, and I didn't realize that I was the only one that signed up for the RSV4. Everybody else got the 660s, the Tuono 660s. And he looks at me, he's like, "We're gonna have some fun." And I'm like, "Oh shit." I was so scared to put that thing like past third gear. It was insane. And then when we got back, I was like, "Yo, like, I get the hype behind the Aprilia bikes, but in terms of like how big Aprilia is as a market now, with everyone wearing their merch, what's going on?" So he let me on some inside news that apparently like the heads of the marketing department started switching to more younger minded individuals that moved up within the ranks. So now they're pushing Aprilia like it was like it's being sold at Macy's. You know what I'm saying? So even the name, even the brandings that they put on the shirt, like the A's with the whole graphics inside the A,
The B racer.
it was A
They
racer.
got a
It
trick ass
became-
motto. I mean, come on, man. It's a
It's
great
dope.
fucking motto.
It is
Be a
so
racer,
dope.
Yeah.
Aprilia, right? I mean, it's really
Yeah.
it's sketchy, and the bikes look good. The colors, yeah, and they
Oh,
sound
bikes
good.
are so
right?
good.
Dude,
The
they are
unveiling
fast.
of
I
the-
mean, there's a couple guys that I've raced against that have them, and the newer one anyway. It's a missile. Like it's stupid.
Is that the 1100 he's got?
I don't know, whatever it is.
Yeah,
The
It's
V4,
scary.
whatever the fuck. Yeah.
whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
This is the
Fast as
fastest bike
shit.
I've ever ridden. Like I
You need to
Like
get
I
out more.
was going to launched at the.
He said you need to get R1.
No, I said he needed to get out more.
Oh yeah. Oh okay.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, like,
some
look, I'm teasing Jewlz, but like,
I know you
you're new, right? So,
Yeah.
like, when you get around and you start seeing stuff, I mean, dude, like, you're so green right now, man. I can't wait to see you like unleashed.
Yeah.
Then you'll be like,
On the track.
Yeah.
right? Yeah. I mean,
Dude, I'm so excited.
Those Aprilias, they're missiles, dude.
Yes,
and
they are.
I mean, the Ducati V4, whatever the hell that thing is, that's a missile. The new BMW thing is a missile.
That BMW.
I mean,
Everything's gotten so fast.
dude, it's so crazy. Like I was telling somebody the other day, like we're kind of like in this new golden age, right? Because fucking everything is so fast now. I mean, and it wasn't that long ago where the stuff was nowhere near this.
No.
And the advanced electronics that you can just get from the showroom.
It's mind blowing. Yeah, it's mind blowing.
It's like the second coming of the Speed Wars almost.
Yeah.
It's like a very quiet Speed
It's like
Wars.
a nuclear arms race.
I mean, yeah, dude,
Who
you
can
could
get
take
the
a
fastest
brand new R1 right now and go back to 2005 World Superbike and mop the floor with a bone stock R1 probably.
Depending on the
close.
person on behind this,
It would be
seat,
close
right?
just with the technology advancement and all that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
like the same level of dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the new bike definitely. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I mean, I wanted to take the R1 out for a test ride, but a couple of guys said that the ride was quick and you didn't really get to do anything on it. And I was like,
yeah,
I don't want to waste my half an hour if we're not really going to fix these.
The reality is when you do those demo rides, you're not going to really get to do a lot anyway, right? There's all kinds of liability and stuff. It's not like the crazy thing is Yamaha does have a demo program on the track. Like they come out to some of our track events and they'll bring the demos, and I mean, Cowboy actually, one of my old staff dude, like he runs that, or there's another one of my old staff dudes that runs it, Ryan Whitman.
Mm-hmm.
Ops types guys at Champ School.
Right.
Champ School runs it. So like you can go and sign their shit and ride an R1 or whatever on the track.
That's awesome.
So how does the insurance work for that? So like, let's say you do demo ride, so you crash on the track. Is it like you get a scot free, or like
it's on you? It's all, you're good to go basically. Like you sign the form and you ride their thing. Obviously, if you're an idiot, like
obviously don't crash the bike, but it's like
don't be an
shit
idiot.
happens.
There's a couple of idiots that I've seen riding the things and then they end up stacking them, and that's it. But that's the program kind of handles that. The demo program, but it's pretty frowned upon to
go out there and crash.
It's more like because you're kind of like getting led around the track by a coach. So
because I see these YouTube because I see these YouTube videos of people doing like Yamaha test rides, Honda test rides, and they're on the track, and then they're like slowly pushing it. I'm like, I was always curious, like, what happens if you wreck that thing? Like, is it on you? Like, but that's interesting. That's interesting to me.
So we got a couple of comments about the Aprilia. Gonzo says he owns both the 2020 RSV4 factory and the 2022 RS660, which is what he races, and the difference is mind-boggling.
I bet.
What's his name? Gonzo?
Gonzo, yeah. And then Mike
Gonzo,
C
what do you do for a living?
Mike, no shit, right? And then Mike C says the RSV4 is going through FIM homologation. So expect to see Aprilia in Superbike again.
Good,
dude. That would be awesome.
Yes, we need.
Imagine if they came back to MotoAmerica,
dude. That we need it. We need it on all platforms: World Superbike, British Superbike, MotoAmerica, Australian. We need it everywhere. We need Aprilia to be back.
If they come to MotoAmerica, I will be biggest and fastest Aprilia fanboy. I would, because
no matter who's riding it.
All right, that's a good point. That's a good point. I thought about it. I was like, if you wrote it, I don't know.
Maybe.
All right, so let's get back to GP shit, yeah?
Let's do it. Yes,
all right,
let's do it.
So,
let's do it.
Moto3, that was crazy.
Mega race,
dude,
right?
Mega. Somebody was trash, certainly.
Right?
It was trash.
Okay, I'm just teasing, Jewlz.
Yeah,
I got
Love
nothing
it.
but respect for you guys.
Love it.
All right, so let's talk about Moto 2 a little bit. I mean, obviously we have our guys, right? We have Joe Roberts. I
we
don't know where
do.
he finished.
Yeah.
Yeah,
SDK, I don't know where he
SDK.
finished.
If SDK
17.
was
Like,
18th.
oh, he was eight, so he came
Yeah,
up a little bit.
yeah.
He was like 20
Yeah,
something in qualifying.
17th, and
Yeah.
Dude,
Skinner
I
was
don't know
19th.
what the deal is with that
He
team.
was
I mean,
19th.
like, who's the other guy on the bike? Where did he finish?
Rory Skinner finished in
He
19th.
19th. Yeah.
Oh, so he's got the trash bike now, and SDK's got Cam's bike from last year, basically, right?
Yeah, but
That team is something else. I don't know what their deal is. I've
I
heard
think
lots of rumors.
well, me too. And the rumors I heard is the funding, right? They're not the wellest funded team in
Right.
the paddock. So basically, they don't get a whole lot of development. So basically, you ride the
Yeah.
bike as it is, right? And
Yeah.
and it's hard to pursue riders to come in. It's a great stepping stone to get into Moto 2. I get the attraction, right? But when
Yeah.
it comes down to it, Dustin, that's what I firmly believe. It's just a low budget team, right? It's what
Yeah.
it is. And that's what it comes down to. But big shout out to SDK and Rory Skinner, man, because I met
Hell
them
yeah.
guys
Yeah,
at
man.
COTA. Dude,
Dude,
I ran into
SDK
both
is a
of them.
beast. You
Dude,
know, it's
both
just,
of them were brilliant.
it's same thing with Cam Bobier last year. You know, like
Yeah.
the last couple years, right? That team doesn't seem to do a good job to showcase their riders' talent.
Right.
You know, I don't think SDK is finishing like is any example of what his talent level is, really.
No, I don't either.
Yeah.
I
That's a
agree.
bummer.
And like when you try to look for news on like what's going on, like what's really going wrong, you can't really find anything. Like I try to do some like deep digging as to
Yeah.
what it could be, if the bike is going through some mechanical issues. Is it SDK? Is it Rory Skinner? Is it the bike? You really can't find anything. So I'm trying to like poach some info from people, and I'm just
By
like,
the way, Gonzo says that he's got a sugar mama. So that's
Nice.
cool. And then
Nice,
he also
Gonzo.
says
word.
he says Moto 2, did you guys catch the article where they had all the failures and they had to call meetings with the suppliers? I
You
did
talking
not
about
catch
Triumph?
that.
That I did
Like
not know. That I
Triumph?
did not know.
The engines with the engines? 'Cause
Maybe.
I haven't heard any bad things about Triumph Motors in Moto 2 at all. Nothing.
I didn't hear anything.
Yeah,
I haven't
so-
seen that news, Gonzo.
I mean, it could be
Gonzo,
swing
post
arms or
post
something.
a link in the chat,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah,
We'll
I'd like to check it out.
maybe I'll share it.
Yeah,
And we
let's
could
do
talk
it.
shit about it.
Let's do it.
Right?
Absolutely.
I would love to talk
Yeah,
smack about stuff.
yeah, let's do that.
But
All right,
yeah,
so
but Moto
yeah,
2 was magnificent.
Moto 2
bro.
was insane, right?
Tony
Like,
Abolino and Baby
Abolino
Jeebus, dude.
and Acosta going at it.
That's Baby Jeebus. That's what I call him.
I got
You call
excited.
him, Baby
Baby Jeebus.
Jesus?
Baby Jeebus.
Jeebus.
Yeah,
Jeebus.
Baby Jeebus.
That's a Moto PG.
Yeah,
Okay,
Baby Jeebus.
okay. Dude, Acosta, I mean, what's crazy is Acosta was the same guy in Rookies
Moto-
Cup, right?
Yeah.
He like ruined everybody in Rookies Cup. He ruined everybody in Moto 3.
Moto 3.
Last year he was like, figuring it out. Bigger
He
bikes.
just ruins people's lives,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, but the thing is, dude, how about the third wheel on the podium? Ben Bo
Dude,
Bensnyder,
first
right?
yeah, first podium
Dude,
of his
that guy-
career. Bro,
Dude,
I was so
Did
happy.
you guys watch that kid when he was a rookie?
Yes,
Rookies
I
Cup
watched-
kid?
Yes, yes.
Dude, in Rookies Cup, Ben Snyder was Acosta, bro. Like he
Yes,
was
he was.
fucking gone.
Mopping
And
the-
you know, like he was. I think Ben Snyder was the winner of everything when my guy Gabe Hernandez the third was in Rookies Cup.
Rookies Cup, Red Bull, yep.
And dude, like he was unstoppable, and he hasn't done shit since then. Like, where did this guy come from?
I
Yeah,
was
just out of nowhere.
Since 2016.
I
Like,
know. It was.
You gotta
I
love
was
it.
Super happy to see it. It was.
and I mean, he
It's-
kind of lucked into a spot there. I think somebody crashed towards the end or whatever.
Yeah.
But he was right there, dude, and he was like down in 10th for a while.
But in racing,
Yeah.
you got to finish, right?
Yeah,
so If
dude.
you don't finish,
Yeah, you
that's
gotta
what
pass.
it
To
is.
finish first, one must
Right,
first
you
finish,
gotta
right?
Finish, right. So, and then on top of that, he dedicated that to his grandpa. that
His
just
grandfather,
passed away
That's
or whatever.
awesome.
Yeah, it was
Gonzo
Grandfather
says he's
passed.
looking it up.
awesome, Gonzo.
Dude, if
I
he
appreciate
posts it in the
it.
chat, I'm gonna share it.
Yeah, share
You guys
it.
are cool with that,
also,
right?
Yeah.
If your sugar mama
Absolutely.
has a slot for one more guy, I would
Oh,
like
dude.
an SV4. You know?
Just
Yeah,
heads
man,
up,
dude,
just remind everybody, this is the scumbag from the upper northeast, Jewlz. That's his name. He's right there.
Sugar
I'm
Mama,
pointing at
I need a
him.
new bike. Yeah,
He's got the yellow hoodie on. He's that guy with the dangling earrings, scumbag.
Circuit
And
King
Chris
Milk is
Bowles,
hat.
right?
No one
There you
else
go.
has unless you
There
worked
you
on the track.
go.
But I would like to give a shout out to Furman Aldegar with a broken hand. Chris, with a
Yeah.
broken hand,
Yeah.
placing. I
Yeah.
forgot what he placed, but he was dogging it the whole race. I think he placed fifth. I think it was fifth, but he came all the way from the back of the grid.
Yeah, I
No
think
shit.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
Aldegar's
Those
nasty.
guys. I mean, obviously, Abellino and Acosta were checked out. Like,
Checked out.
peace out. See you
Oh yeah,
guys
yeah, yeah.
later,
See
right?
ya. Yeah.
And no, and I say that, but it was like 2 seconds. It wasn't like Jake Gagne 4 seconds in a lap. It was like
No.
2 seconds
Yeah.
steady the whole time.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it wasn't a wash. Yeah,
Yeah.
but dude,
Been,
those Moto2 guys are fast, dude.
They're
Like,
lunatics, right? I mean,
so
dude, did you
good.
see Abellino on the brakes? Dude, he embarrassed
So
Acosta
late.
every
Every
like.
time. Yes,
So
he did.
late.
Yes. He's a late
But
breaker.
Costa didn't
Yes.
towards the end though.
Yeah, well, Acosta just pushed and made it happen, right?
Baby
Pushed
Jeebus
him to
is coming.
submission.
He's coming. I'm telling y'all, he's
Dude,
coming. The resurrection of Baby
He's
Jeebus.
gonna be world champion, dude. He's gonna be Rossi. You watch.
Dude, I'm telling you, man.
He's gonna be the new
Yeah?
Rossi.
I met him.
I think it's still top track.
I
Yeah.
met Baby Jeebus.
Dude,
man.
Top
He
Rack's
was
coming
super
too,
cool.
right? Seems like.
That's what I heard. I heard
So,
the latest news
here's-
I heard was Yamaha is going to have a satellite team next year under the VR46 badge.
Oh, that's interesting.
So that's one side of it. I also heard from the crash. I don't agree with a lot of what the Crash MotoGP guys talk about. This morning they were talking about Toprak's test session with Cal Crutchlow, right? And they were like, "Oh, Toprak was a second off Cal Crutchlow, and if he can't even catch up to Cal,
0.7
then
off
he
at
doesn't
test.
deserve a."
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a test.
It was a test, and
Cal's
he's like,
been on the GP bike for years.
Yeah.
Toprak's been on GP bike for 1 weekend.
not
Like,
even a weekend, like 1 day, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So like, why are they so critical on like
because they don't know
how
shit.
Toprak
They want to stir up shit with fans.
It's exactly, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think Toprak is going to be a problem once it goes to
Oh, dude.
MotoGP. Like,
The thing is,
on
like
the-
Toprak, on the Pirellis, on World Superbike, that dude has a feel for the front end that
It's front
is
end
like
demon.
unparalleled.
It
Like, we got to
is.
look at his data, right?
I
Like,
know, right?
we got to look at all the data. It was crazy.
I
And then
bet.
we also got to talk to their scout, who's Nick Canepa.
Yeah.
And man,
He
like,
used to race. Yeah.
he still races. He's like an
Yeah.
endurance
I know,
dude
I
on
know,
your
I know,
team,
I know,
right?
I know. Yeah,
Nick
absolutely.
Canepa is legit,
Yeah,
and
he's
he's
legit
their
as fast
scout,
as
dude. Like
shit,
he's the
dude.
guy that's like, oh yeah, the other riders are doing this, and that in that corner, and he reviews the video footage to show the rider. It's crazy.
Wow.
But Toprak's feel for the front end is just insane, dude.
Spectacular.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's so good. Does he remind you of anybody on the GP level?
I don't know, Rossi, I
Dovey.
guess. I mean,
Dovey.
like,
Dovey was
Dovey
always a
Oates,
demon
like,
on
yeah.
the break. Yes, Dovey was a
he
freaking
looks like an alien.
demon on.
You know what I mean?
He looks like an alien.
He's an
So
alien.
Yeah.
I was talking to Chris about this. I was like, we still haven't figured out who's our next alien. Like you see Rossi, you see Mark Marquez. You know that they're going to cement their names in Hall of Fame. I think it's because we have a new generation of riders, but we still don't see like who's at least in GP right now that who could be that next potential alien. And I think that if
Yeah.
Toprak gets a hold of that bike, that Toprak could be that next. Because I like Fabio, but I wasn't sold on Fabio being that next, poster boy for MotoGP. I'm not sold on
I
Pecco.
think Fabio is one of those guys. I Bagnaia is one of those guys. I mean, there's a lot of guys right now that could be that, fit that bill. But the thing
We
is,
don't know
it's
yet.
better to have more than one, right? Like,
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. My idea is like, it's better to have more than one because then, I mean, you saw what happened, right? I mean, the whole sport was all about Rossi for 20 years,
Yeah, 2 decades.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, well,
so
Yeah, but Rossi did something to the sport that nobody's ever done to this sport, right? Yeah, I mean, dude, you go to any town, basically wherever you're at in the world, and you throw up a 4.6, and they're gonna be, oh, it's Rossi, right?
Yeah.
He helped bring MotoGP where it is right
Oh,
now.
absolutely.
The young, so that's what separates him apart from everybody else.
Well, his antics got people like us
Oh
interested
man,
in it,
right,
right?
and his
The whole
energy and all that, right, and the way he
look
was
at
like,
that.
fuck you,
Flipping
you'll
people
never
off.
win another race again, and all this shit. You was like, oh
Yeah.
shit, this guy right
That
here,
was that was
Well,
dope.
his,
So
Rossi's antics too were the best, right?
yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
even when he was a 125 guy, like I was in college when he was in 125, and
I went back.
him rolling around with like a dude in a chicken
Claudia,
suit at the end of the,
yeah, yep,
like that kind of, or like he'd stop and use the blue room
yep,
by the
yep,
corner workers,
yep. That was
right?
awesome. That was a famous one right there. Yes, it
Yeah.
was. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Who do you guys think has that potential to be like our next alien, like this generation's
I mean,
blank?
like you said, Top Rack has potential to be that guy. I think Bagnaia Beasts, right? Like, there's so many dudes right now that are just hitters over there. They're just absolute murderers.
I don't
There's
think
like
it's
a
going to come
grid
from
full of them.
anybody that's in MotoGP right now. I think
I
it's
mean,
going to
Jack
come
Miller
from
too. I mean,
somebody.
that dude.
Really?
If he
Yeah,
stays on the, if he stays off the ground, right?
yeah, dude, Miller's my dude, man. Right? So is
I
Bender, but
love Jack Miller.
I just don't think
Yeah.
that there's anybody in MotoGP now. I'm not saying Moto2 or Moto3, but in MotoGP right now that's just going to be do what Rossi did or do what Mark Marquez did. I don't see it. I don't see nobody right now just winning championships after championships. It's just the field's too stacked. It's
Well,
you got,
it's stacked with Ducatis, right? Like,
well, listen. No.
there's
You're
like
right.
eight.
So,
20
yeah,
freaking
let's
bikes on
talk
the
shit,
grid.
right? Yeah, let's talk shit about
What,
Ducati,
what,
right? But listen, Ducati's smart. You know why? Because they got 8 goddamn bikes on the grid, so they got way more fucking data. So they're
so much
smart in
data.
that. But Dona's dumb in a way where they're like, yeah, we'll fucking let you have 8 bikes on the
I was
grid.
like, who the fuck is Marini?
Right,
Right?
Luca, man, that's Rossi's half brother, man. Yeah.
I think going back to the potential alien conversation, I won't lie. Um, I think either Enea or Bezzecchi could be those next. Like if I had to put money right now, it would be
Out of
on either
anybody in the
Enea or
field, yeah,
Bezzecchi to be that next this generation's blank.
I would say Bezzecchi
I
too.
mean,
All right,
For
so I got
sure.
another Gonzo. He says in 2015, when Rossi kicked Mark, uh, you he feels that was worth it. He would have won the championship and gotten his 10th title if he hadn't done that.
You know,
That's so dumb. I did not agree with them kicking Marquez. I didn't think that. I didn't think he intentionally. Like, nobody intentionally kicked
I don't
somebody.
think he intentionally kicked him. I think the way Marquez ran into him. I mean, dude, if somebody hits you on that side on your left, your foot's initially gonna come off,
Yeah.
slide off the foot peg, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's naturally
And
gonna
since
happen.
then, how many people has Mark Marquez wiped out and been penalty-less?
Fucking kamikaze somebody, right?
Like,
It's-
I mean, I know that
even from his Moto 3 days, bro. He
I
was
know
like
Cam
that.
Bobier used to call Tony Elias the Scud missile or whatever, right? Out here. Dude, Mark Marquez is the Scud missile for sure. Like,
Oh,
that dude
100%.
just he's like, I
imagine,
can't beat you, I'm wiping you out.
Taking you with me,
could you
right?
imagine in like their like little pre-race wrap warm up? His crew chief is like, "All right, you're gonna take that one out.
He's like, all
We'll
right,
face the
sweep the
penalties.
leg.
Sweep the leg, Johnny.
Yeah, that's right.
Sweep the leg,
Make
Marky."
it look like he kicked you.
Wow, dude.
That's awesome.
Dude.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
so shit, let's talk about GP then, the big thing, right?
Dude, the
I mean,
sprint race
what
was
a crash
fucking
fest
fabulous.
that was.
Well,
Like,
hold on.
it was
Let's
like
talk
more
about the
of-
sprint freight race first.
The
right? 'Cause
sprint
we had the
race was
Yes, on
insane.
Saturday, man. It was
Yes.
like holy shit. So to me, the sprint
And
race
qualifying,
is fucking
dude, right?
Yeah,
Let's talk about
Qualifying.
qualifying. I mean, dude, Rins was
I have a
this
story.
close.
dude.
Rins was this close to getting it.
COTA is Renz's track. COTA is one of those tracks when Renz shows up.
Would you have a story about, Jules?
Oh no, qualifying crash. So I was working turn 7, right? And this has nothing to do with like the performance aspect of it, but Jorge Martin crashed in my corner, and I was on TV like ushering him out, right?
I'm
So
gonna have to
when
look for that again.
Huh?
I'm gonna have to look for that.
when he trashed his bike, right? This dude runs up to me and like starts yelling at me, puts up his visor, motorbike, I need motorbike. I'm like, dude, I can't help you. And he's like, motorbike. And I'm like, bro, like, we got to get off the track. And then, so a couple of our track marshals had bikes on the track, like they use for transportation, right? I swear to God, if there were keys in those bikes, Jorge Martin was stealing those bikes. There was an MT10 and there was a Smart Pill in 401. He almost took the Smart Pill, and I was like, bro, there's an MT10 right here. Why would you look at the Smart Pill? And then yeah, he was cursing in his helmet. He was screaming and like pulling on the marshals, like, I need motorbike now. And I'm like, bro, do you want me to like make it out my ass? Like, what do you want me to do, son?
Like, call it in, dude.
Yeah, no shit.
Hey, we got a rider that needs a ride.
Yeah, come pick his ass up right now.
And turn 7 is far from the rider taxi, so they were hustling and beaming it there, but the bike was so fucked, dude. Like, we could not roll that bike. We had to pick that bike up. The handlebars were gone. The camera was like 50 yards somewhere else. What? Like, that bike was trashed, only to know that he gets on his B bike and crashes again on turn 2. What the?
Wow, dude. Like, that dude's another guy. He's an alien, right? But he's just like, when he's on, and when he's not, he's on the ground.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's why I don't put him in my fantasy league. I mean, he's so fast.
That's why he's not.
Okay, yeah, that's why he's not in my fantasy league.
You have a fantasy league. That's great.
Yeah, I do. Man, you don't play MotoGP?
No, I don't. No, man, I don't have time for that.
Yeah, I do, man. Because, dude, listen, I'm a fan. Okay,
just pick the riders and go.
No, dude, I just talk shit. Like, I don't,
Well, that gives me something to talk shit about, right? Be in the league. Let's do it.
Man. Fantasy league.
Yeah,
okay.
My fantasy league. But listen, back to Martin, man. Martin he's
a problem.
He is. And to me, he's one of the, besides Bender, he's one of the most naturally talented riders on the grid right now as far as raw natural talent. The reason why I said it is because when they put it together, they're not a half a second faster. They're at least a second faster a lap when they do get it together.
By the way, Irate Barry says that I'm too old to understand fantasy leagues.
Oh, well, like, you know what? You should try it.
I'm like, I don't know. Like,
you literally just pick.
Chris, are you older than me? I don't know. How old are
you? Who, me? How old am I?
Yeah.
I'm 24.
Lying.
No, seriously, I'll be listen, I'll be Rossi's number this year in May.
Okay, yeah. So I'm 47, so.
Okay, so you're a year older.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
I'm older than all of you guys.
Really?
Yeah, 47.
Hey, man, what do you do? What do you put coconut oil on your skin? What do you do, man? Keep yourself look youthful. Hey,
you see that white bike in the background. That's it, right? Yeah, there you go.
Okay. All right.
Bicicleta.
Yeah.
Okay. So no special creams or lotions. All right. Okay. Keep your secrets.
Yeah. Soap.
Soap.
Appreciate.
Dr. Squash.
Anyway.
Yeah. So anyway, back to the sprint race, dude. Like Jorge Martin. God damn it, dude. He's so fast, but he fucking wrecks too much, man.
It's a freaking problem.
I mean, it's like,
dude,
it is a problem.
The dude does wreck a lot.
It's a problem, dude. And he ain't gonna be with Ducati next year, I don't think.
No.
Mm-mm.
Wow.
No, I don't think he is.
Any thoughts on that, Jewlz?
Wait, what did you say, Chris?
I said I don't think Martin will stay with Ducati next year. I think he'll go somewhere else.
Ooh, I could see that.
That's a tough one, right?
I mean, he's becoming a liability, dude.
I mean, it's so crazy that there's dudes there that basically suck the whole time they're there, and they still have rides.
Taco.
He had so much promise in the beginning. So much. Martin, he had so much promise in the beginning.
Dude, he did. And then, he's been hurt big time a few times.
Yeah, he has. But
had a resurgence, and then just crash after crash.
Yeah.
I just thought that was crazy. Like literally after turn 7, after he crashed, came back and got his B bike, and I think there was like 5 minutes left in qualifying, and then we hear on the intercoms crash turn 2. I'm like, who is it? Bike 8, 9. I was like, no fucking way. And then he freaking he heli-missiled freaking Alex Marquez during the race. Like, this dude had a heat-seeking missile all the way to Alex Marquez's chest, Dude was already throwing up in his helmet. Now
Oh,
he's like
man.
trying to give him.
Yeah,
He was out
What's
there. I
the
mean,
thing?
dude, he was going fast for as sick as he was, right?
yeah,
I
it
mean,
was. Dude,
yeah.
his Saturday's pace.
It just shows you
was
like lack of
incredible.
focus, just a little tiny bit, put you on your
Yep.
face, you know?
Yep. Especially at
Poor
that level of
Alex, though,
racing.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happens. I mean, look,
Yeah.
how many times does that happen? Or his brother has been on the giving end of that,
Yeah, right.
right?
No, but not in terms of that, but like
Yeah.
poor Alex in general. Alex was just having
Dude, Alex is having an epic
weekend.
season, right? Like, I
Bro,
mean,
Yeah.
he's getting going. Like,
we're seeing
what
his
happened
true
to him?
talent.
All of a sudden, he
I don't
grew
know,
bald.
He got
Like,
off the Honda. That's what
dude
happened to him.
had
He
like
got off the Honda.
tuberculosis. I don't know what's going on. Like he threw up in his helmet,
yeah.
and then he was having like what was like food poisoning or something. I don't know. Maybe it's
I
that
mean, it
Texas
happens.
raw barbecue. He's not used to eating things medium rare. But the fact that like he was throwing up in his helmet, still putting up good numbers, and then getting freaking dog missile by Jorge Martin and getting hurt. He was down for a little bit, man.
Yeah,
Like
he was.
he crashed that turn 4 and he was down for a little bit. We had to call EMTs to go pick him up, but
Yeah.
he was okay.
And knocked
But
the
I
wind
hate to
out
be
of
the
him.
guy to take the helmet off and clean the barf off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
right.
Or
Yeah,
out of the
it's-
leathers. I mean, whatever happens in there,
Oh
right?
God,
Yeah,
Jesus.
right.
Ooh.
Undersuit too. Imagine all hot and
I mean,
sweaty.
look,
Oh,
I've
yeah.
heard some stories, you know, like I've heard some stories over the years at club racing where like the rider bit their tongue off or, you know, shit themselves.
Oh yeah. Pee themselves because they gotta go to the
Yeah.
bathroom. Yeah.
That
It
shit happens.
Yeah,
So-
damn right.
All right,
Especially
so
when you're on the
okay,
ball.
so
Yeah, you got to.
the sprint race,
Dude
was
was
insane.
fucking mega.
The
It was
10 lap.
awesome.
I don't know why people are so upset about that thing. That makes
love
it
it.
exciting, right?
Well, it changes the whole dynamic
And
of
they're
the game.
going
the whole
for it.
weekend. It changed the whole dynamic of the weekend too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy. It's crazy to me that people were complaining about it in the beginning. Like, how do you complain about an extra race? It made Saturdays attendance more full. Because the last couple of years, I mean, last year the attendance, despite the fact that MotoAmerica was there, it was horrible. The attendance was garbage.
Yeah.
But this year it was so packed, especially on a Saturday, because of the sprint race. It gave my friend Anthony. This is his first time ever going to MotoGP, ever watching it live, and he couldn't be on race day Sunday because he had other obligations. But he was able to watch an actual race on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
how cool was that? What
Yeah.
a treat the sprint race is.
Yeah,
think
from a
it's-
fan perspective, I love it. I
do
think it's
too.
great. It's exciting. It's,
It is.
you know, definitely there's a risk element there, obviously, because,
Of course.
I mean, if something happens, the rider ends up on the ground. But every race has that, right?
No, it does. And
I
you
don't know
got
if they're
two
getting.
bikes.
I don't know if they're paying the riders more to do another race. I don't know, but whatever it is, it's worth it. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm not sure how that whole salary splits up between the sprint race
Yeah.
and a regular race now, because I know back previously, I'm sure it's like this in MotoAmerica and everywhere else. If you get first, second, or third, you get a pretty healthy bonus. Well, it also goes into how your contract's written out, right? You take a big salary, small bonuses, small salary, big
I've
bonuses.
never
I mean,
seen any of those contracts, but I'm assuming that.
Yeah, I mean,
You know.
me too. It's an assumption on my part. So
Yeah. Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
for
So
sure.
the sprint race definitely was exciting, but man, the full race was.
It was something.
I mean, I don't think I've ever seen that many top level guys on their face like in a race
I know,
in a
man.
single race.
I
Like,
know.
I mean, was Jack Miller the first one? I mean, I saw a guy
No,
made an
I-
article calling him the spiller. It's like, wow.
The Spiller.
Nah, the
Oh,
Thriller
no.
Miller, baby.
Oh
No,
God,
no.
we can't do that.
What?
I'm not
Not
sure
yet.
if I
The
don't
Spiller?
think Miller was the first one out. I
Not
don't
yet.
think.
I don't,
Poor KTM.
Yeah,
dude.
I don't think.
But the dude, he's genuinely seems like a good dude. Like
Oh,
I'm
Miller's
a
awesome.
big
Oh,
fan of
he's
him.
Me too.
His realism is so just.
He's-
Um,
He's the closest
like-
thing to American that we got in MotoGP.
He
So
is.
we need to ride. We need to
Yeah,
stand
man,
by him,
he's
bro.
mega.
yeah,
America,
Jack
we
Miller,
claim you,
man.
Jack Miller.
But he crashed out so early, and then
I
you
know.
know,
He
He
obviously,
was doing so good. He was in third. I was like, yes.
So
and then Bagnaia, you know,
And then-
I mean, dude,
Yeah, hey.
13 laps to go, he throws it away. Like,
And
The
he said his bike
pressure.
was too good, and that's why he crashed.
no, that's bullshit.
I don't know.
The,
Rins was bringing
the
it to him.
pressure of Rins.
Rins
Yes,
was on
yes, yes. I
Yeah.
agree.
Rins was
I
on
don't
it.
I don't give
That's
a
what it
fuck when
was.
anyone says it was not the bike.
Dude,
It
Renz
was not
looked
the
like
bike.
he was just having a day. It looked like he was just having a straight up Sunday ride, like
Yeah, he
watching.
did.
That's what it looked
Just
like to me.
yeah, dude.
He's
He
so
seemed
good,
like he
bro.
was so in control. He
Yeah.
really did.
So
It was
again, that
awesome.
begs the question: how bad is that Repsol bike? That Honda bike? How
Okay,
listen,
actually
I
bad is
got
it?
Gonzo says the announcement did him dirty when he crashed the sixth time. He made a comment about him pulling a double hat trick. Is that Miller? So
Come on, man! Come on, man! That ain't fair. I think the
yeah,
first one to crash in
hilarious.
the race was Alicia Spargo. I think.
Yes, it was. Yes, it
Yeah,
was. Turn 12.
turned
Yep, out
12.
the main
Yeah.
straight. Yeah, because I was sitting right there. Turn 12.
was
See.
it Elish or the other
Yep.
one?
No, it was a
No,
Leish.
it was Alicia.
Yeah, it was a
Elish?
Maverick.
Leish. Yep.
Maverick got like fourth, I think.
Yeah, it did. Ralph
Okay.
Fernandez, his bike got stuck in the lowering position and it wouldn't come back
Oh,
up. So
the
Oh yeah,
transformer
he
shit
pulled in.
failed.
Yeah, his
Transformer
transformer. Right. That's exactly
freaking
what happened. His
hydraulics,
ride height device got
lowrider
stuck.
bike.
You
Yeah,
know, he went West
Um,
Coast style around the track.
I'm all about it,
um, shout out to Gas for getting points, yo.
dude.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know,
Jonas
right?
Folger,
And that bike looks good. It really does.
it's so sexy, but it's a slow sexy. It's a
yeah.
It's
very
last
slow
year's
sexy.
KTM. I mean, it's not that slow.
I mean,
Nah, it's pretty slow, Chris. Come on. Did you see how far Jonas Folger? Granted, he was the fill rider.
the thing I look at is the drafting stuff and like
Yeah.
when
The
I
dirty
mean
air.
it just shows you how good Quadraro really is when he
Yes.
can go the lap times he's able to do
Yeah.
with a
Mhm.
bike that slow down the straights.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, the Ducatis, even the VR46 bike, which is I don't is it last year's Ducati?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
right.
think. I think Marini's got the 2023, but Bezzecchi
Bezecchi or whatever. Yeah.
So
Bezzecchi
that
has
he's a
the
god.
Usually the
last
satellite
year's.
teams have
Yeah.
last year's bikes, right?
Yeah.
Usually.
But
Uh,
I'm pretty sure Marini had it in his contract that he got
Oh,
the
okay.
2023 this year.
But
Yeah.
still, dude, like, okay, so he's got a Ducati that just didn't even need the draft to get by. Like, Quadraro could barely stay in the draft,
I
and
know.
that dude doesn't even need it to get by.
And that's
Like,
downhill.
he just pulls
Yeah.
to the side and is like, later,
Yeah,
like
see ya.
it's kind of heartbreaking to watch that.
It's like that in World Superbike with Ducati.
With the Ducati,
too.
yeah.
Oh,
And
Alvaro Bautista.
everybody's complaining about that too. I'm like, look, dude, you can't help the fact that Alvaro Bautista and that Ducati are like the perfect match. It's like
They're
So,
going
like,
to
how many
each
guys finished the GP race? With 14?
there was
yeah, something like that.
14, yeah.
They all got
14.
points. They all got
Yeah,
points.
Like,
everybody got
like
points.
everybody,
So top
everybody
15,
gets
there was
points.
15. Yeah, it was 15
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
they all got
crazy.
points.
Because there's like 20 something, right? So
Yeah. So,
Yeah, and
but
everybody else wiped out.
what I was getting ready to say is like when you have a rider and a bike combination that's perfect, it's hard to beat it, right?
Yeah.
It's just like Gagne with Attack Yamaha and Moto America, man. I mean, it's hard to beat that combination. I mean, that's a fact, right? Just think
So
about
we're going
it.
to talk about Superbike then.
So yeah, we could talk
It's
about
just- it's
Superbike.
just the-
Absolutely, we can. Moto America. Hey, Road Atlanta's getting ready to come up, right? It's
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
technically
excited for Road
the
Atlanta
first round, right? I mean Daytona,
this
but
weekend.
Did you
It's,
guys,
Chris, I'm
if
gonna need
we're
that
going to talk
password.
about MotoAmerica, did you guys see,
gotcha.
dude, just subscribe to it. Don't be a cheap ass. Just subscribe to it. It's cheap. Come on, man. What's wrong with
Cheap.
you? Don't be a scumbag. But yeah,
Love it.
so, yeah, I'm looking at you with side eye,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
Um,
God.
Yeah, so did you guys see the Titler's press release?
No, I did not.
No, I didn't. I didn't see
Dude,
it.
okay, the Titler's press release, it was epic because it had quotes from all the riders, Bobier, PJ Jacobson, and Corey Alexander. But then it also had the team owner, Michael Kiley, made a quote. And in the quote, he's talking about how much respect he has for Attack Yamaha and this and that, whatever, and how they're friends. And how they've done such a great job of carrying the number one plate that they would like to relieve them of that burden. I was like, Dude,
Okay.
I fucking love that guy.
That's awesome.
Like it
yes.
makes like spicy shit like that is so what this sport needs.
Needs.
Hell
Yes, it
yeah.
is.
You know,
Talking
and
shit.
you know, Richard texted it to me and he's like, "Look at this, game on." I was like,
Game
"Right on, dude."
Yes.
You know, it's like, yeah, you know, some of the teams, like if you criticize them, they just get all butthurt and like,
Yeah.
you know,
Fuck that. We're coming after
Yeah.
everyone.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
They're coming to get you.
but yeah,
But that's
so-
good, man, because now there's going to be a big rivalry, man. That's what we need.
There-
We
maybe,
need that.
right?
Maybe.
I mean,
right,
we'll
maybe.
see in
Do it.
round one what happens,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, we'll see.
But
so
like,
excited for Atlanta,
okay,
yeah.
so Superbike, you know, you've got the Attack Yamaha squad. You got Cam Peterson and Jake
Yep.
Gagne.
Yep.
You've got Westby has their, you know,
Skulls.
Skolty. Dude, Aussie Dave bought Gagne's bike from last year. So
Did he really?
Oh,
Sheesh.
dude. Yeah, dude. Aussie Dave is on a proper like Attack Yamaha. I saw him at the test. He's still got a little ways to go because he's like,
Yeah.
he was missed most of the test because he was sick and stuff. But like the dude was,
I got-
that's pretty respected times that, you know, for a
gotta
privateer
look him
guy, I
Yeah.
bet he improves.
Oh, yeah. He's
What?
fast.
You're punching out?
Yeah. I'm about to leave, but I'm gonna look up Ozzy Dave because that sounds really interesting. I want to know more about that.
Yeah,
Hello?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, Jules. Well, I guess I'll finish the whole freaking show with
With
The whole freaking show.
Yeah. I appreciate you guys,
Right
Dustin. I
Well,
love
it's
it,
been
man.
fun, Jules.
So much
Yeah,
freaking
Jules.
fun,
All
yo.
right, then.
It's always a
Yeah,
fucking
buddy.
look with you guys.
Yeah,
Chris.
man.
Absolutely.
All right, dude.
Got new episodes coming soon. Tugs
All
McClutchy.
right, homie.
Donovan Free. Peace out, y'all.
All right.
Later.
Okay.
Later.
See ya. Okay, so Jules is off now, but yeah, so you've got those guys, and then you've got those three dudes on the Titler's team. You've got Richie Escalante and Tony Elias on the Suzuki,
I know, Elise, right? Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then who else? Flinders is on a Yamaha still,
Yeah,
I
Max
think.
Flinders is still on his Yamaha, and he's
Who
also
else?
racing Harley Davidson, the bagger class this year too.
Dude, I think what's that guy's name that was on a R6 last year? And he's Smith.
Smith.
Benjamin Smith.
Benjamin Smith. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben
Like
Smith,
he's in,
yeah.
I think he's on a Yamaha Superbike as well.
He's fast.
So Superbike's gonna be fun, man. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, talking about Superbike, like who do you have to as your guy or team or whatever?
Man.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Number 2 on the Ducati too.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Heron. But I think that man, I think this year is going to be an astronomical year for MotoAmerica. We got Bobier coming back. Tyler's putting in a huge effort. PJ Jenkinson's fast. But again, at the end of the day, man, I think it's going to probably come down to two people. It's going to be Gagne and Cam Peterson, because I've seen Cam Peterson's done a big improvement, and man, he wants it. You can see it in his eyes. He wants
Dude,
it.
every time
He
I
wants
talk
it
to him.
so bad. I'm telling. So I'm gonna call it right now. My money's on Cam Peterson this year for
Oh
the
shit!
MotoAmerica title.
Throwing down the
I'm
Chris.
throwing it down.
All right, you heard it here, right?
Yeah.
Like Chris Simcoe says.
No, Cam
Right?
Peterson. That's
I
it.
mean, I'm a big fan of Peterson too, and you know, like he gives me shit for not rooting for him. I'm like, bro, we win either way, right? But man, I mean, Gagne is gonna be tough to beat. Like that dude is
just like
he's
what I
like-
said earlier, right?
he's like
You got-
he's like an alien.
He's on another level because it's the perfect combination.
Yeah.
He gels so well with that bike. It's like they talk to each other.
Oh,
They
yeah.
have this communication that when you have that between a bike and a rider, man, I don't give a shit how much money you throw at a bike. It's hard to beat. I don't care
Yeah.
what rider you put on your bike. It's hard to beat.
Yeah,
So-
and well, it's not just the bike. I mean, the
No, it's
team,
not.
right? Because
Yeah.
Stan Boli is, I mean, that Attack Yamaha team is dialed.
They're
I mean,
brilliant. They're brilliant.
that team is full of hitters. You know, obviously the skipper himself, and then you got Darren Marshall in there, and then you know, obviously, you know, Canfield and everyone
Shout
else,
out to
Will
Canfield.
and Lee
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Fernando and you know,
They're all those
you know,
guys.
Walker, like everybody, even Joseph back at the shop, like everybody there. It's like a well-oiled machine, and you know, it's really hard to beat a team with that level of dedication. You know,
And it's also like a lot of people don't realize when you're watching a good rider and they're going through a hard time, right? But you don't understand the vibes that they're feeling with inside the team, or how the team's treating them, or how the team members are treating you, right? Because it happens a lot. But when you have a team that comes together, like what you just said, it's a well-oiled machine. Everybody does nothing but love each other, and it's just a big, and when you're mad, you talk it out, you sort it out. There's no harsh feelings, and it's
yeah,
just, and it's nothing but good vibes the whole time. It's
yeah,
hard to beat it. I mean, you
yeah.
can't. Yeah.
But I
Jake
tell you what,
Gagne is
man,
gonna
that
be hard to beat.
BMW team, Tytlers, they're coming
Yes.
with a serious effort. You know, I've
And I
talked to
think
Michael Kiley quite a bit. That dude is I guess Richard would say that dude is super switched on,
yes,
and
he is.
man, their team is, I guess they got new bikes from Alpha.
That's what
So
I
like
heard.
they got
Yep.
legit bikes. They got
Legit.
former champ, multi-time champ,
Oh
Cambobia
yeah,
on their team.
he's coming back hungry. I
They got
mean,
PJ Jacobson, who literally, I mean, there's not very many dudes in the paddock that's as hungry as that dude, right?
no, no, he's
Obviously, Camp P is, you know, right? But
right.
and then Corey
Absolutely.
Alexander, who just won the Stock Thousand Championship last year.
Yep.
So
Shout out to
we'll
Corey.
see
He's
how it goes.
fast.
But man, seems like a competitive field. I mean, even top seven would be,
Hard, yeah.
right?
It's stacked,
So
man. It's gonna be an exciting year in Moto America, and I can't
yeah.
wait. I really can't. And then in Super Stock, we got Brandon Posh. Hopefully, shout out to him. Hopefully, he's
Well,
recovered really well. It's
Pashy,
coming
my
back.
buddy Anthony Norton is replacing Pashy at Road Atlanta.
Oh, nice!
Yeah,
Shout out to Anthony.
yeah,
Nice,
Lugnuts. Yeah,
nice.
so
Lug nuts. Yeah, shout
Lugnuts.
out.
He, I guess he got the call. He's a top three club guy at CVMA, and he's won a bunch of races there. He's won a bunch of races at like the Utah series, and like the dude is just,
He's
he's like a
fast.
club alien kind of guy,
Right, right.
super fun dude, and I'm proud of him. Like just watching him come up since he was an amateur, right? So like the fact that somebody that I've known since I was an amateur got the call, I'm like, yes, so proud
Yes.
of that guy.
Good man. That's
So I hope he
good.
does well.
Me too.
Um,
Me
I
too.
don't think he's been on that bike, or maybe he's done one test on it. I'm not really sure, but I know he's going there.
Is he going to get any more time on that besides free practice one on
I
Friday?
don't know.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah.
said, I think he's been to a test somewhere, but I don't really know. I don't know the details of his program, but I know
Wow.
that they're on Altus, and Altus has had two championships
Yes, they
in
have.
that class on that bike, so I'm sure they'll figure it out.
Yeah, they're a great team too, right? They're a
I guess
well-oiled machine
Mike
team.
Pond is hired as the crew chief for him
I heard
because
that.
their crew chief guy had a heart attack or something. Like,
Really?
yeah, recently.
Hmm.
What's that guy's name?
Yeah,
Eric, I think is his name. The
I
guy that
think
had a
so.
heart attack.
Yeah, yeah, I think
He used
so.
to work
I
for the
think it is
M4
Eric.
team.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think it is Eric. I'm
He
trying to
was
think of
that
his
guy
last name.
that always wore the Geico Honda jacket,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes, yes. That's him. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So,
man. So
um,
it's gonna be an exciting year, man. Even the 600s class is you got Rocket Landers. Is Hayes gonna race the whole season with the Squid team squad?
I don't really know. It'd be awesome if he did.
I
You
know,
know.
right? Have an old
Um,
veteran in there showing the young guns what's up.
oh, dude, yeah. Oh, and then the Ducati guy, right? What's his face?
Xavier, no,
Yeah,
yeah,
Forez,
Xavier, yeah, Forrest,
Xavi
yeah,
Forez.
yeah, Xavi
Yeah,
Forrest. Yeah, he's
yeah,
fast too. He's gonna be fast.
yeah. So a couple things. Bearded Jixer was commenting a few times, and he's like something about pit stops, and I believe there's a couple of rounds of racing this year in Super Sport that are going to include pit stops in
Really?
addition to Daytona, obviously. I think Laguna is one of them. I can't remember what the other one is, but yeah, I think they're going to do pit stops for that. And then, yeah, hopefully Richie Escalante makes some strides in Superbike this year. Dude, I think he did a 42 at the last test I saw them at Buttonwillow, which is ripping. I
Yeah,
mean,
he's
it was
fast.
still fourth fastest that day, but, for a dude that hates Buttonwillow, like Richie doing a 42 is a legit thing. So, yeah, hopefully that team gets their shit together.
Yeah, I
So
would love to see him. And I'm anxious to see what Tony Elise is going to do too this year.
yeah, dude, Tony.
I mean,
I mean, Tony is he's a dude that can just. I mean, look, he rode the attack bike and podiumed on it the first weekend out with no practice, right?
I know, right? That's. I was so happy too when he did that.
Yeah.
It's good to see, right? It's good to see.
Yeah.
Especially when he didn't have a ride. Obviously that year he didn't.
Dude, he's been
But
coaching people for a living.
I know he has. I know, but my understanding was, like he was originally supposed to get that Warhorse Ducati ride before Boz got it. I mean, before. Yeah, Loris Boz got it.
I don't know anything about any of that. I just know that I think Suzuki was like, "Hey, just a heads up, you're gonna give that second bike to Tony." Like I don't know. I don't know exactly how that went down, but I didn't hear anything about him getting the Ducati ride.
Well, after
Because I think the Ducati ride was in Heron's contract if he won
no,
the
I'm
Supersport
talking
deal.
about this. This was before that. This was
Oh,
when Tony-
before Baz.
Yeah. But before Baz.
Oh, I
before
think he
any
was
of
talking
that,
about
right.
putting it. I think somebody was working on putting together a Ducati for him. I don't know if that was going to be like
Okay,
the Ducati
okay.
ride.
Okay. Maybe I just had a misunderstanding of it being.
But then again,
just
who knows? I
being-
could be. I'd be talking about it on my ass too. I have no idea. Like for sure. Like nobody really does, right? Except for
No,
Tony.
But yeah, right. Except for
Yeah.
Tony, you're right. But it's good to see him back, and it's good to
Yeah.
have Cam Bobier back, right?
Yeah.
I'm super excited to see what he's going to do on the BMW, and then Ashton Yates, he's super fast,
Dude,
I
love that
mean,
kid.
Me
You know,
too,
I
right?
sold Ashton Yates an R6 a few years back.
Did you really?
Yeah, like he was racing an R6 that year and the Ninja 400, and like a month before Laguna, they were testing, and he ran the oil. He ran his R6 without oil in it and blew the engine up. So
Nice.
this is like 3 weeks before Laguna, and I was like, well, I have a fleet of them. Like maybe I'll just rent you my engine for the weekend or whatever. And we talked about that. And I was like, fuck it, why don't you just buy the thing? And so they bought it, dude. And we met. I got to hang out with Aaron and listen to
Lucky
Aaron's like
and his
factory
dad,
Suzuki
yeah,
stories
I
from the
know,
'90s.
man. I was a huge
Epic.
fan of Aaron, man. He was
Dude,
he was
absolutely.
wild back in the day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Aaron's
Ashton's
riding
such
style
a
is
good
awesome.
kid.
Yes, he is. I met him several times. He's awesome. I'd like to get him on the
Yeah.
pod one day because it'd be a great conversation.
Okay, so Bearded Jixer has a couple of things. He's like, is Rocco doing anything? Number one, and we'll hold that for a second. And he said Tony contacted Suzuki, said he wanted to ride again. I believe Chris CU was going to bring back Fonger until Tony reached out. That may be true.
Yeah, it could be true. Whether smoke.
You know, I mean, I think when
fire.
I had Chris on the show, he was saying that like the deal was weird and it was
I
sort of
remember
like
him saying something
they
about that. Yeah.
Suzuki kind of like voluntold them that was happening.
Voluntold. Yeah, voluntold. I like that word.
Yeah.
I voluntold you.
Yeah, but like I said, hopefully that team. I mean, look, that team seems to have some good riders. Obviously, former world champ, and then obviously Richie Escalante is a beast.
Yes.
I think that team's got a pretty good crew. So I don't know what the problem is on that team, but you know, the past few years, anybody that's seen the MotoAmerica Superbike scene, that you know, it seems like it seems like that team. I don't know. It seems like they put a lot of their effort on the stock bike class and not in the superbike class. Maybe I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, they have good mechanics and stuff, so I don't really know what their deal is. But
Their
hopefully
squad
they-
seems like
hopefully
it's
they sort their
solid.
shit out.
Yeah, and it also comes to question like how much support are they really getting from Suzuki since Suzuki pulled out of
Well,
a lot
Chris
of the
told me
racing,
one
right?
time that he told me one time that they were good with Suzuki. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, I don't either.
there was all those rumors that Suzuki was going away, and it's like, no, man. Now they're. I think Chris said, yeah, there's more for us now because they ditched their GP effort, right?
Well, I mean,
So, I don't
true.
know.
That also makes sense. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be awesome, man. It's an exciting year coming
Yeah.
up, right? So
And
who
what
do
is
you
Rocco
think-
doing?
Dude, Rocco, he's still gonna be with that Rocco Landers Yamaha, ain't he?
I
last
don't
thing
know.
I
I mean,
heard.
he wasn't at Daytona, but he wasn't at Daytona last year either.
Yeah.
So I
He wasn't even in the pits.
No, he was there. He just wasn't racing.
Yeah.
Like he was there and had all his shit ready in case somebody gave him a ride for that
Right.
weekend. You
It was
know,
like, hey, you want to hop on the bike? Let's roll.
I was like, dude, go talk to, you know,
Yeah, go hop
uh,
at him. Jump on it.
yeah.
Let him
Well, I
know.
mean, what's his name? The little short guy that pitted next to us from he like races street races, Northwest 200 and stuff. What's his name?
Oh,
KYT dude. Like I went to dinner
yes,
with him.
dude.
Name escapes me.
Hang on.
He takes both legs off. Marias. So
Sheridan Marias.
yeah, Marias
Yes.
stacked pretty big on Friday, and you know, broke his ankle pretty bad
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah,
And
he
dude,
did.
like twisted the swing arm like 90 degrees or
Yeah.
something. It was crazy. And so he was done.
Yeah.
And I was like, Rocco, I can hit those guys up, man. Put that thing back together, you know. But they had already packed up and bailed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they're like, we're out of here.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, big shout out to Sheridan, man, for coming over here and you know doing some races over here too.
Yeah.
Which is huge. He's a super fast guy and he's really cool.
Yeah.
I've chatted with him a couple times. So
Well, Rocco, you know, Bearded Jixer's pointing it out. Rocco did mention at Daytona that they didn't have the funding to do the year. But you know what? We know from history, Rocco says that every year, right?
that's true. This is true, right? Right.
Somehow they always figure out how to get him out there. So hopefully that's the same trend for this year.
Yeah, yeah, and then OnlyFans. So OnlyFans is now getting in our sport bigger and bigger, right? I mean, it's
Dude,
in
hey,
Moto
you know
2
what?
now,
I
and
mean, outside of the industry sponsors,
it's
that's what our
perfect. That's
sport
what we
needs
need.
to breathe,
Yes,
right?
absolutely. I'm with it 110%.
So,
I'm glad to
you know,
see it.
internet porn site, woo!
Let's
right?
do it, right? Yeah, let's get
Yeah.
it going.
Yeah.
I'm excited. So, who do you got for the win in Superbike this year?
I mean, dude,
I already know what you're gonna say. I mean, it's
there's a
obvious,
guy
right?
that has a number one on his bike for a reason.
Right? No, and I'm telling you, man.
I think that dude's going to be the toughest dude to beat. I think he is the guy to beat.
I think so too.
You know, the only reason why he was close, Petrucci was even anywhere near him last year is because of mistakes that he made himself. Otherwise, it would have been, 17 wins or 18 wins out of 19
row, right?
easily.
Yeah.
So, but you never know. I mean, you don't want to say that it's easy or whatever, but I mean, you look at the dude riding, and the first session, the dude is like 2 seconds faster than everybody.
I know.
So,
Yeah.
I'm guessing that trend's probably going to be the same.
I think it is.
I don't really think. I think Campy is close, but I don't think he's quite there yet. But he could be. I mean, the dude is a lunatic. I mean, in testing this winter, the testing, they've been close, dude. Like closer than I've ever seen.
Good.
So
It's exciting. Good. So, who do you think's going to be in, the winner of MotoGP this year?
fuck, man, put me on the spot.
Yeah.
If I had to pick, I mean, even though he was on the ground last weekend, it's Bagnaia is hard to bet against.
Yeah.
But then again, there's so much talent there. It's like, it could be on any given weekend. It could be 4 or 5 different dudes that could win, right?
For sure. I mean, it's crazy.
I mean,
man.
the good thing is most of the tracks aren't tracks where like you'll see, half the field crash out.
No.
Right?
No. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I think that's what attributed a lot too, because it was really windy there. And on TV, yeah, you see the flags going, but the wind would go, and then all of a sudden you get this big, rush of wind gust at one time, and you're
Yeah.
like, whoa,
That's like average. That's like an average weekend at Willow Springs.
Well, see, I've
out
never
here.
been to Willow Springs, but yeah. So
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a fun time, Dustin. I
Yeah.
mean, at Austin, man. Yeah, it was great. It was great to meet Jewlz for the first time and hook up and meet a bunch of people.
I
in the
can't believe
paddock
Jules podcasted with us from a
and
McDonald's.
McDonald's. I know. And he crazy, man.
Like, what a weirdo that guy is.
You gotta love him though, right? I mean, it's like it's
so
dedication,
fun.
right? He is.
He's so fun.
He is. It's we had a lot of fun together. And every time I'd see him on the track, I'd run up to the fence. I'd be like, "Whoa, Jewlz!" And he'd
And
run.
I can't believe he's a corner worker. I didn't know he was a corner worker.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So when we showed up, I showed up. We had all day Friday, so we basically just hung out all day Friday. Of course, I went with my best friend Jason Hutchins. Big shout out to him. I go with him to COTA all the time.
So
Jewlz
you've
Jason.
been to COTA 5 years in a
Yeah.
row, or 5 times total,
Five
or
times. Yeah, 5 times total.
and you've never been to Laguna.
I've been to Laguna, so I've been to Laguna in 2005 when MotoGP
Okay.
first come back.
Yep.
And then I've been to every Indy MotoGP race except for the last year, and this is my 5th Texas race.
Okay.
So
I've never been to Indy.
Oh, okay,
That's
well,
cool.
Indy was awesome, man. And then I've been to every MotoAmerica race, AMA race at VIR they've ever had since I've been here.
It's a bummer that that's not on the schedule this year, right?
Yeah, I was super bummed, about that when we had the conversation earlier this year. I was heartbroken, but
Yeah.
maybe next year, But the good news is I'll be at Jersey, so I can't wait to go to New Jersey. And man, I missed you out there. I wish you could have been at COTA with us. I know you
Dude,
had other obligations with
yeah.
the TAC. I know.
Yeah,
I
I
know.
can't. Yeah, if the TAC's not going, I'm not going.
I know. Well, I get it, right? And
But
I wish.
dude, I gotta check the schedule. But I was thinking about going to Jersey because Will has a bet with Shermdog and those CFE dudes.
Yeah.
Will is the guy on the attack team with the stash.
Yep.
And so there's something with Will and I can't remember what the other dude's name is off the top of my head, but the CFE dude that made this bet with Will, and it involves Gagne winning the championship or not. And that dude's going to grow a beard with the stash thing. And if it happens, also, Will has to take a swim in the pool.
That pool, yep.
The cesspool.
That
at
cesspool,
Jersey.
that slimy pool. Yeah.
It's more like a
Shermdog-
swamp, really.
It is,
more than
yeah.
a pool, right?
Shermdog was telling me about it. Big shout out to all the CFE boys, which I'm super excited to meet them too in real life again. Right? Same with you when we actually meet. It's going to be a mega time, as I always say.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, it's just going to be real fun. I can't wait to go to Jersey and hang out.
All right,
with
so
all the
Mike
guys.
C wants all your MotoAmerica class predictions at Road Atlanta. Well, I can tell you that Kayla Yakov's not going to win because she's not going to race. So
No.
there you go. That's a bummer. I
First-
wonder if Mighty Mouse is going to get the ride again.
Oh, I don't know. You know what? I was thinking that, dude. When I seen her Facebook post earlier saying she wasn't going to make it, that's the first thing I thought of.
I'm like, I guess I could text Melissa right now. Let me text
Yeah.
Melissa.
If Stefano was going to step up again and take it.
Yeah. I mean, I just, it would be awesome because Stefano would probably win the thing if he, right?
Hey, if Stefano is in that class, that's my prediction. I think that first race of the year in Superbike, I think it's going to be Gagne, 100%.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, Gagne has got this like round one curse the last few years.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, I mean, last year he joked that he was going to skip round one. I mean, because like 2 years in a row, round one sucked for him. Mechanical failures or whatever.
Yeah, he did have a mechanical
All right.
failure. Right? Yeah.
Let's see here.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. But I think that I do. I think Gagne's going to come out swinging.
Yeah, definitely.
I think my top three is probably going to be Gagne. I'm going to say Gagne, Skultz, and Cam B.
Cam Bobier.
No,
So not Cam P.
No, Cam P.
Cam P. Okay.
Yes. That's going to be my
Okay.
top three.
I was gonna
Superbike
smack you for a
Atlanta.
second.
No. But I think Cam Bobier will finish probably seventh. I'm going to give him.
No way,
Eighth.
dude.
You don't think so?
You think number 2 is gonna finish in front of Bobier?
Who?
Exactly. Come on, dude.
You don't think
Bobier.
so? Cam Bobier?
Dude, Bobier is gonna finish 4th, maybe 3rd.
First time on the BMW?
It ain't his first time on the BMW. First race,
I know.
maybe, but
well, you know what I mean. First.
he's a
race on the
professional,
BMW.
dude.
I know
He'll
he
be
is,
towards
he's
the
a
front.
champion.
Yeah.
All right.
Come on,
I'll
man.
retract that statement live on YouTube.
Man.
I'm sorry. I'm
Do I need to
sorry.
like get a bitch slap hand?
No,
Bam.
no. Hey, I'm not sitting in McDonald's eating cheeseburgers, okay? Come on, man. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's my top three for
Sir
sure.
Spuds 25 says, "Isn't Stefano running Super Sport with Teitlers?" Yes, he
Yeah.
is, and he's also running whatever the rough hooligans shit too, right?
Yep.
But Stefano is Iron Man. Like he will race
He's
whatever, and I bet
dude,
if Melissa asked him to race, he would, and Teitlers would probably have no problem,
no quarrels. No, I don't
right?
think so either. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So I mean, I don't know. Like I haven't heard from Melissa yet. It'd be rad if she commented right now via
It
text,
would
but
be, wouldn't it?
whatever.
That would be awesome.
Right?
Yeah, it'd be fun. Yeah,
Yeah. And
so
so
big
Bearded Jixer says he's out right now. He says he'll see me at Podium Club.
awesome
Yeah. So not this weekend, but next
next
weekend.
weekend.
CRA is racing at Podium Club. So
Nice,
in
very
Arizona,
nice.
it's like a little bit south of Phoenix. It's
Yep.
like this oasis racetrack in the middle of nowhere. Um, Pretty amazing surface.
Yeah,
I mean,
is it
seriously,
really?
dude, like
Yeah,
it is.
nice.
You drag your knee on it, and it's like shit. Is my knee slider attached? Because it's like so smooth.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So,
awesome. But
okay. So how about Twins Cup? Who's gonna be your Twins Cup guy?
man, I would really like to see uh, Gus Rodeo.
I was just thinking Gus Rodeo
Gus Rodeo, that's my dude, man. Absolutely. I
or
think
Lemandry Jr. or
yeah,
whatever.
Lamadre, or however you
Yeah,
say his name. Yes,
Joel
yes,
Lemandry. Like
yes.
he sounds like a NASCAR
He
guy,
does,
right?
don't he? Yeah, he
Yeah,
does. Now, welcome NASCAR number
yeah.
54, Joel Malandre.
Kyle Naughton
Woo,
Jr. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's Twins Cup, Gus Rodeo.
Yeah, you think so?
Yep.
Okay. What about yeah, the kid on the Yamaha that rides for Westby?
Oh, ah, man, what's his name? I keep having these brain farts.
Yeah, you can see how prepared I am.
Yeah, me
I don't
too.
I
With
don't
the
have
motor.
Gregopedia next to me,
Yeah, right.
right?
I don't. Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to see who the Junior Cup talent's going to be. You know, like Junior Cup talent is where all the classes come from anyway,
Oh yeah.
right? So like, I wonder who's going to be the new alien there.
I would like to see my man Yondell Mendia. Big shout out to him and his dad Carlos. He's a super
Okay.
fast kid. I know everybody's heard about him. Um, yeah, Yondell's fast. I would love to see him step it up and really do big things in that class for sure.
Okay. And then Xavi Flores on the Ducati and Supersport. I
One
bet
more.
he's going to go through the Dunlop
I have to
woes.
say this one more. My man Rossi Moore. I'm going to say that right now.
Rossi Moore.
And yes, Rossi Moore in the Twins Cup class. I mean, he's not
Okay.
in the Junior Cup.
Okay.
Rossi Moore in the Junior Cup class is going to take it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Big
Okay.
shout out to Rossi Moore and your dad, 100%.
Wow.
Yep.
So it's him and his dad going racing? Is that how it goes? Or he's got
Well,
a team? Or
Rossi's racing with a KTM 390.
oh wow, okay.
Yes. Yeah, I talked to his dad, Steven, and they are super cool, super cool guys.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan. Rossi Moore, Northern Cup Challenge, the Northern Cup talent, right?
Yeah.
He won that.
NTC? Yeah.
Yeah, he won that.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
is, yeah, he's mega fast. He's gonna be, yeah. Everybody heard it. Keep an
Right
eye
on.
out, Rossi Moore.
All right. And then I guess Super Sport, I mean, obviously you've got the Ducati Flores, you've got the M4 bikes, which are missiles, both of them. Tyler Scott
Absolutely
and
missiles. What?
whoever that other kid is.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of his name.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
those guys, Tyler Scott, I mean, dude, right?
He's fast. He's fast. I think that if Rocco Landers can pull off this full season in funding, right? I think Rocco's gonna be the man to beat, man. Look how strong he's
I'd
coming
like
at
to
the end of
think
the
so,
year.
man. I sure hope so. Rocco's
Me
been at
too.
it since birth, basically. I've
Yes, he has.
I've literally known that kid his whole life. Like back in
Yeah.
the day when I first got my expert license at WSMC, Rocco's dad was still racing.
Nice.
I give him shit about it because he always had Dianetic shit on the side of his bike.
Yeah, I've met his mom too. His mom's really
Dude,
cool.
yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, she is.
The ultimate
Yeah,
racer mom. Like
yeah,
every
and
time I saw them when they were out here, I would like kick them down knee sliders and stuff. And yeah, I mean they're the family that like at Chuckwalla they would cook their whole family. It's like obviously Rocco's all about racing, but his
right.
sisters and stuff are there too,
Yeah,
and they're out selling hats. They're going pit to pit selling hats, and they
it's a
would have
family
like
event.
they'd have like a crock pot. They're cooking crock pot meals at the track. I
Yeah,
mean
I
that.
mean, I love to see it.
You know,
That's what it's
hardcore.
about.
Yeah,
That's what it's about. That's exactly what our sport's about. You know,
yeah.
up and coming racing, family get
Blake
doing it. They're
Davis
doing
is the
everything.
guy I was thinking of.
Yes,
Thanks
Blake
a lot,
Davis.
Mike C.
Yes,
Yeah,
good
and he
That's
also
right, Blake
says, yeah,
Davis.
Rossi Moore and Alessandro DeMario
Yep,
in Junior Cup. Yeah.
yep, yep.
Okay.
Rossi Moore, 100%. That's who I got my money on.
In Junior Cup.
Mm-hmm.
And he's on a KTM, you said?
RC 390.
No shit.
No
Okay.
shit.
In the Wait, hey, what do you think of this Ninja 400 four-cylinder thing, man?
I think it's
Dude, I
fucking
think I punched out.
badass, dude.
I think I punched out of government just at the right time, bro.
Bro, that thing is gonna be a
Dude.
missile. It is.
Yeah.
I'm excited, dude. But what class are they gonna have that in?
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, that's why I'm stoked to be out of the club racing. I sold my stake in CRA like a month ago, basically, right?
Right.
And but I knew that 400 was coming. I was already talking to Chuck Graves. Like Chuck was up my ass about it. Like he wanted a statement from me, but he didn't know there was shit going on in the background for me.
Right.
And dude, I punched out of that just in time, man. Because my attitude is, dude, that's a 400. So guess what? It should be in the 400
It's the
class.
400 class. I agree.
You know,
100%.
and everybody realizes. Maybe my opinion is whatever, and whatever. I can talk shit now. I'm not in government anymore, right?
Right.
But you know, every few years Kawasaki comes out with a new bike and kills that class,
Murders it.
and everybody has to switch.
Yep.
And I think this is probably no different. But I do think it's cool, and I hope that in other manufacturers, hint,
Take
hint,
suit.
hint, an R4 would be
hint.
really cool. Four-cylinder 400, that'd be amazing.
Absolutely, dude. Yeah, absolutely.
Like I said, dude,
agree.
like I think we're in this golden age of
I think so, too.
motorbikes right now. It's insane.
It's like it's going back to the 70s and 80s where they had the cool
Yeah.
400s, you know.
Or
what
the
I'm saying?
early 90s, the FZR
Yeah,
400, right?
right,
And the
right, right.
RVF
The
or whatever.
Kawasaki ZR 400s, the FZR.
Yeah, Barry says
400s.
he's got one on order. Barry, I think if you do have that one on order, I think that's the first sport bike you could actually touch your feet on the ground. So, right on, bro.
Oh,
Barry,
that was good.
Barry's the guy. He's out of Utah. He works for Moto United, that dealership
Nice.
out there. As you would say, big mega
Mega.
dealership.
Big mega
So,
dealership. That's right, man.
yeah.
Well, I listen. I use the word mega, man, because I think it's like the best word you can use for something that's just so awesome, right? Instead of saying that's epic and it's just
Yeah,
it's
dude.
just what I've been doing. It's mega.
My thing is just I use one word for just about everything, dude.
dude,
Right? Because
Dude.
first of all, dude,
dude,
right? I mean, it just
Dude.
works. I don't know.
it does. Same with me with mega. It just works. It's mega, man. I love it. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is what it is. But yeah, I think that man, it's exciting. It's going to be an exciting even a World Superbike. I mean, it's things changes there. I mean, I met Gerloff there at
Yeah.
MotoGP. We had a great conversation, and I hope he does well this year on the
I do
BMW.
too. I mean, I met him last year at Portugal, and we spoke quite a bit at the Yamaha Hospitality. And yeah, I mean, he's a beast.
He is
And
a beast.
that dude is such a beast, and he still gets his butt kicked.
Yeah.
That dude, he could come here and win, probably, right? Or at
I
least
would-
battle. He could at least battle with Jake, right? Like he's the one dude that brought it to Cambobier back in the day, right?
and then left to go to World Superbike. Yeah,
Good on him. Good
Yeah,
on
no,
him.
for real, for real. But I think that if he stayed, I think Gerloff would have definitely been a Moto America, champion for sure, 100%.
Yeah.
Um, I would love to have him back, but that's my selfish American wanting him back, right? But we
So
need
what
somebody out there.
what's the next round of MotoAmerica or whatever that you're going to go to, or are you going to planning on doing a Euro trip and checking out World Superbike?
Yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm going to British Superbikes at Caldwell Park with Dave Neal.
No
Yeah,
way.
yeah, dude, yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
I can't wait. Yeah, I was telling you earlier, I had Dave Neal on the podcast. Off track. Big shout out to him, and
Yeah.
um, we became really good friends since then. And I was like, dude, I always wanted to come out there. So he's like, hey, full VIP, make it happen. You get a plane ticket and come out here, I got you. So yeah, I got
No
my
kidding.
passport going. Yes, I'm going. I'm going to Caldwell Park. I always wanted to go. I'm a huge fan of British
Caldwell
Superbike
Park
racing
is that
anyway.
crazy jump track,
Jump,
right?
yeah, the hill,
Yeah.
yeah. But
I remember Tommy Aquino talking about that, like how gnarly that was. He's like, bro, it's like Pyru.
well,
Like,
the track is very short, like width wise, it's tiny. But Dave tells me turn one's the best turn there because it's like almost six gear tap flat wide open through a kink.
wow.
Yeah. So I can't wait. I'm super excited. And then after that, I'm going to the last round of MA, which is in New Jersey.
Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah, I got to figure out. I know, like, I have this crazy bicycle ride
I
at the
know I'm
end of the
excited
year,
for you.
and I don't know if that's gonna be the same weekend as Jersey. But if it's not, I may be going to that just to check out the pool thing with Will, right? To capture
Yeah.
that. If I'm there, it'll definitely be on Attack Yamaha's social for sure.
Yeah. Well, good. I can't. I hope it happens. I hope to see you there, and I'm
Yeah.
excited to hang out with all the CFE boys.
Oh, me too, man. Those guys were totally scumbagging me to either do that one or Pittsburgh. So I'll have to
Yeah.
check the schedule. But yeah, the crazy bicycle ride I'm doing a charity ride from San Francisco to Los Angeles this fall, and I'm raising money for the Arthritis Foundation, which is super fitting for old racers, with like
Right.
bad shit going on.
Right.
So, but there's a link in the description of the video if you want to donate or whatever,
Yeah.
blah, blah,
I
blah,
got you.
yada,
I'll
yada, yada,
donate. Yeah.
right?
I got you.
Um,
Yeah. I hope for
but
the
yeah, it
cause.
should be interesting. It's 525 miles in a week on a bicycle.
That's yeah.
Yeah,
Good. Uh, Do Do you have any monkey butt paste?
I don't do any
You're
of
gonna
that,
need
dude.
it. Oh, okay.
Ah,
All
man,
right.
I
I
don't do
got you.
that. That's
All right.
gross.
All right. Okay. I got you. I got
All
you.
right.
All
Yeah.
right.
So, all right, man. Well, I have a good time at when are you going to British Superbike?
That's not until August.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
So
not
when's the
until
next time
August.
you actually go and ride on the track?
Man, dude, that Ducati 848 I got's got a bad crank bearing, so I need to actually pull the motor and fix it. But I got a 2011 ZX6R that I'm actually in the midst trying to sell because I want to buy another bike.
R1.
So my
So
next
you want to
bike
buy an
I
R1 then?
get, we'll see. But the next bike I get, I'm gonna do a track on, and just rebuild my Ducati, because it's
I mean,
expensive.
truthfully, one of my guys, he was racing an R3 and he just switched to an R7, and the dude is just like, he's like through the roof with the thing. He's so stoked on it, and I don't know, like I like the big bike and having a good time on that thing, but yeah, I mean, it seems like the R7's a good platform.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, hey, I'm a huge fan of the
and they're
R7.
cheap,
Yeah,
relatively
that's
speaking.
listen, and that's something that Moto America. That's something we're lacking is a cheap class to race in, right? Not the Twins Cup was originally that
Um,
class,
Junior
right?
Cup is a cheap class to race in, technically.
Well, technically,
The
technically,
thing is that professional racing, I have a different attitude. Professional racing shouldn't be cheap. Professional racing should be top level of the sport, right?
yeah,
So then you go into cheap classes at club racing levels, right? So there's at least at CRA anyway, like you can run super sport class where you don't have to put everything on there, and or you could run like ruffians or something, like on your naked bike, right?
right.
Obviously, you have to have belly pan or whatever, but you could do the naked bike thing. Or there's guys that do I don't know if they're still doing it because I'm not part of it anymore, but modern vintage. So like your old
That's
Cowie
what we
thing, you
need.
could bring that
Yes.
thing out and race
Yeah,
modern
yeah.
vintage, right?
I think that would be an awesome class, or like an old CB 500 class.
Well, I mean, you're talking about legit vintage. I'm talking about
Yeah,
modern
yeah.
vintage.
Well, yeah. Well, I
Like
mean,
bikes
yeah.
with fuel
Modern.
injection, they're just like not
Okay,
the
I
current
got you.
bikes.
Yeah.
They're,
Well,
you know,
I still think that would be cool, man. Old carbureted CB 500s,
they
just
have a
something
they have
super
a thing
cheap.
for that. It's called Arma.
Armor. Yeah, I know. I know. I
I
know.
mean, come on, man. But the
Yeah.
reality is, I mean, racing motorbikes is it's
Expensive.
relatively cheap anyway. I mean,
It is.
you know, if you compare it to the car guys, I mean, their tire budget is
It's
way more
insane.
than our whole
Yeah.
budget,
For a
right?
year. Yeah.
Yeah, and for a weekend,
Yeah, for sure. No,
right?
100%.
I
Yeah.
mean, even the Spec Miata dudes are like swapping tires. So,
Yeah, their car racing's insanely expensive.
yeah,
It really is. Yeah.
motorcycle racing, regular dipshits like us can go racing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, we can. Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you keep it simple and you keep it, yeah, absolutely you could.
Dude, I'm saying it because I do it.
I know you do.
I mean, like I'm nobody. I'm nobody special. Like I'm some fat old guy that just loves racing motorbikes, right?
That's
And
right.
talking about it apparently.
Yeah.
Um, and you know, I'm still, yeah, I still race an R1. Like I
No,
mean,
it's awesome.
you know,
That's awesome.
my friends, you know, basically all my friends are doing it too. So, and
What's your
they're all
favorite R1?
regular. What?
What's your favorite R1 you've raced?
The one I have right
Gen.
now,
The, the
current.
new gen?
Yeah, yeah, of course,
Yeah.
the fastest one.
Yeah.
You know, um, yeah, the current Gen R1 is it's so good. It's just you know, I mean, you know, my bike's nothing like Richard's bike, but at the same time, it's pretty rad. You know,
Yeah. How
so
did you have fun riding supermoto when you went out riding supermoto?
oh yeah, I've got
Yeah.
that's my Thrasher. I've got a YZ450 as well. You know, being part of the Yamaha family, you gotta have Yamaha shit, right?
That's
So
right.
we got a 450 a few years ago, and yeah, threw some wheels and Behringer brakes on it, and a Yosh pipe, and go riding it. So it's totally stock. I don't race it or anything. I just go out and
Have
be a
fun.
goon,
Yeah,
you know,
have fun. Yeah,
do
ride
wheelies
wheelies.
everywhere
Yeah,
and back
right.
it in and have a good time
Right.
and go home with a smile on my face.
Smile on my face, right?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
that was a lot of fun, right? You gotta
Yeah,
do that
yeah.
again. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
like
what it's
no
about.
pressure, you know,
Yeah,
it's fun. It's also getting good moto fitness or whatever you want to say.
yeah. No, I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
I think it's a good way to train.
So
Dirt
you
bike
got
is
your
too.
848 thing and then you've
Uh,
got your Cowie
my
from 2011.
yeah,
Your
yeah.
modern vintage
My
bike.
modern vintage bike. There you go. Yep. My modern vintage
Right
bike.
on.
So yeah. I got those too, and I got a couple dirt bikes. So
Okay.
uh,
All
uh,
right. So you don't know when the next time you'll be on track is.
man, I would, dude. Honestly, it's not going to be
So it's not
probably
going to
this
be
year.
July 18th at Laguna Seca.
No, I wish, man.
I
I
know a
wish I
guy that
could
can help
make
out
it.
with that.
I know. Me too. I'm talking to him, man. And dude, you know what? I'll see if I
You
can
see
make
the
it
level
happen.
of scumbaggery I'm giving you.
I know. I see. I do. I get it, and I love it. I take it.
All right.
Yeah, I love it.
And you
I
know,
take it.
if Jules was on, I'd be giving him shit too about
I
his
know you
clapped out
would.
Suzuki at bike night or
Yeah.
whatever.
Hey. It's nothing but fun and love, man. It's all it
Yeah.
is. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Well, Chris, you know what, man? I think we're gonna wrap this one. It's been a good chat. I hope you had
Absolutely.
fun.
Absolutely, I
I
did.
hope everybody enjoys this stuff.
Yeah,
Please
me too.
comment, like, subscribe, all that shit.
All that good
Um,
stuff.
but yeah, you know, it's been a great time. I'm looking forward to being on the Pin the Gas podcast again. You
Absolutely.
know,
Absolutely.
hopefully you guys are you guys on Spotify and Apple and shit yet too, or no?
Not yet, man. Listen, I've been working on Jules on getting it on there. I don't, dude. If I knew how to do it, I would push it out there, but I don't. I don't know how
Yeah,
to do it, so
yeah.
it's
I
on
mean,
him.
so the Talking Motorbikes podcast will this show will be on Apple and Spotify tomorrow, I think.
Nice.
Um, if you missed it on YouTube. But you know, you can replay it and stuff on YouTube as well. Share it around, all that. Please comment, like, subscribe, you know, all
All
that
that
shit.
good
So,
stuff. Yeah.
but yeah, man, it's been a fun chat, Chris, and
Absolutely, man. I
I guess I'll
appreciate it.
see you on your on your
Pin the
group
Gas,
talking
yeah.
smack, right?
Talking smack. Yeah, you'll be on there too. Absolutely. It was an honor to be on again, man. Looking forward to it the next time.
All right, buddy.